It's 2021, and we're starting off the VCG RPG actual plays with a bang. Today we are playing the cinematic scenario for Alien Outpost 247. This is the winning scenario from Alex Aguila that was a part of the contest in the Alien RPG by Free League Facebook group. This is the winning scenario, and we decided we'd feature it on the show to kick off 2021. I will say, if you are not a member of the Facebook group, I put a link in the description of this video. Please join it. It's a terrific group. Full of wonderful people constantly sharing homebrew scenarios, feedback, tips, and everything about the Alien RPG by Free League Publishing. The other thing that I will say is if you are a fan of this, of Alien, the role-playing game, please hit that like button down below. That lets us grow as a show, and it lets me know that you enjoy this type of content and you'd like to see more of it. So, without further ado, let's bring on our game mother. You know him, you love him from the Effect Podcast, the one and only Dave Seymour. Dave, thank you so much for coming on and being a part of this and game mothering this session for us.
Yeah, always a delight. Thanks, Doug. Always a pleasure to be mother. Can't wait to get stuck in.
If folks have not, and I'll remind folks that if you have not checked out the Effect Podcast or subscribed to them on all the audio platforms that they're on, check them out. They do wonderful work. Both Dave and Matthew have some great content, so definitely check out everything that they do on a weekly basis. So. The other thing I will mention that is if you're coming across our content for the first time, hit that subscribe button and also hit that little bell notification that'll let you know every single time we go live or upload new content. We've got another actual play coming up next week, and if you're a fan of Alien, you'll probably be a fan of this next RPG actual play that's coming up next week. So let's bring on our players or as victims, as Dave might say, for this session. We've got a wonderful group of players. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this. And at this point, I think I'm just going to take my show and throw it over to Dave. And it's yours now, my friend.
Oh, Butterfingers, I dropped it.
No, that's all right. It's done that. I've done that a time or two.
It's been dented already.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Doug, and welcome everybody to Outpost 247 by Alex Aguila. It's got a little bit of my spin thrown into it because the competition set a word limit. So Alex did a great job in getting a great scenario together in hardly any words at all, actually. So I've had a little play with it, spoken to Alex, got his approval that I'm not doing anything too bad with it. But before we kick off, let me just let our players introduce themselves, and we'll go around clockwise from my view on here. So, Patty, if you want to just introduce yourself and where people can find you.
Yeah, sure thing. Thank you. My name is Pat Long, or Spider Queen Long on Twitter and some other places. You can find me at @long_spider on Twitter. Got a pretty big presence there. I am the co-runner of Diesel Shot, a content creation team and Twitch stream. And I'm playing Ellie Ruiz tonight. I'm pronouncing that right? Ruiz?
Up to you. All right, sounds good enough to me.
All right, sure. I'm playing Ellie Ruiz, just a worker on this at this outpost who's maybe.
Well, I'll get you to introduce Ellie in a moment once we've. That's all right, no trouble. Just obviously keen to get stuck in. Cheers, Paddy. Okay, moving around. Aaron.
Hello, everybody. My name's Aaron Percival. In the real world, that is. Although I also go by the alias Corporal Hicks in all the Alien and Predator circles. I co-run a website called Alien vs Predator Galaxy, avpgalaxy.net, and it's one of the oldest, well, possibly the oldest and largest Alien and Predator fan site around. So naturally, this game is pretty well targeted to me, and it's the one that popped my RPG cherry. Actually, it's the one I actually play, the only one I play. So looking forward to another session.
Cool, thanks, Aaron. Moving around to Austin. Hi, welcome, Austin.
Hey, thanks for having me. My name is Austin Dobert. Huge fan of the franchise and RPGs in general. Just looking forward to seeing what we can get into today.
Cool, brilliant, thank you. And I will say last but not least, because everyone knows Doug, Josh.
Well, thank you. My name is Josh. You can find me on YouTube at Halloweenville and also on Facebook.
Brilliant. Right, thanks everybody. Shall we get stuck in then, shall we? Right. What's the story, Mother? Outpost 247 on the distant planet LV-636 is a meteorological research base set up by Weyland-Yutani to study the raging weather patterns on that icy world. The place is dark and cold and a long way off the beaten track. The work of the outpost is presided over by the renowned Dr. Frederick Larson, with a small complement of science and maintenance staff helping him and keeping the lights on. And for one reason or another, that's where you are all headed. You are aboard the transport ship USCSS Pioneer, commanded by a veteran space trucker called Elizabeth Dawson, with the help of her colleague and landing shuttle pilot, Nellie Nels Parker. And you're lucky to get this ride. The political situation in this sector is worsening, and military skirmishes between the United Americas and the Union of Progressive Peoples could spark into full-scale war at any time. Not that either side would be bothered by a small science outpost, but it makes getting to and from a mite more troublesome. You've just been woken from hypersleep and are chowing down on frosted flakes and coffee as the Pioneer makes its final approach to LV-636 and Outpost 247. Can we get you all to introduce yourselves, please? And I think I'm going to start with Nellie Parker.
All right.
Sure.
So I'm playing Nellie Parker. She's a headstrong type female who has worked her way up through the ranks to be appreciated by the crews, and she is a shuttle pilot. She can be reckless at times, but in a good way. And she is. She's always prepared for battle. She has the respect of the crew aboard, everyone. And unfortunately, I don't think my buddy is on this flight.
So you work with and buddy with Dawson. Dawson is the captain of the Pioneer.
Okay.
And you have signed on with her as her shuttle pilot because you're good at your job and you own your shuttle.
Yeah, darn right.
Cool. Let's move to Anthony Graves next, please.
Okay, so I am playing Anthony Graves. I'm a colonial marshal, and I'm pretty self-sufficient, but never taking a bribe and drinking too much has set me back a little bit. I'm assigned to a sleepy sector with very little going on. But I jumped at the chance for some action when a man was murdered in a drunken fight at a bar. The suspect, Jason Gruber, works for Weyland-Yutani at some out-of-the-way outpost, not on any map at all, and seems to have just been passing through when he committed the crime. It wasn't easy tracking Gruber down, but now's the time to pay him a visit. I was stranded at a way station as trips shut down due to the potential for war, but I did do some digging and found out there was one last ship going in that direction.
Cool, thank you. Third, Ellie Ruiz, please.
Well, Ellie Ruiz is a simple lady. She's, done a lot of work, jobs here and there. And right now she's working as a machine operator, heading up to Outpost 247 to get some work. Kind of work that's always needed on a station like this. She's just simple, plain, no agendas. She just wants to work. Keep her head low.
Cool, thank you. Gunther Luce.
All you want to hear.
Oh, sorry. No, if you've got more to say, then feel it. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know how much I want to say.
Okay, let's leave it there then, I guess. Gunter Luce.
I'm playing Gunther Luce, who is a 55-year-old physicist. I was pretty surprised to see a contact from my old rival, Frederick Larson. He and I kind of came up in the physics field together, and went our separate ways, him going to work for Weyland-Yutani and myself going to work for LaSalle Bionations. So needless to say, I was pretty surprised to hear of a request from help from the competitors. So I decided to take the offer, and now I'm on my way.
Cool, thank you. And again, last, certainly not least, Ken Watanabe, I guess.
Ken
Watanabe, yeah.
Ken Watanabe. Okay. I'm Ken. I am a company agent, and I was born of an extraordinarily rich family of politicians. I received the best education possible, and I then joined Weyland-Yutani. I quickly rose the ranks, and it was mostly because of my cunning and ruthless ambition. And now I find myself in the right place at the right time. It seems that there is, let's see here. The company has told me to go and meet with Dr. Larson and offer any assistance at this outpost, I guess. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think so. All right. I'm just, company agent.
Cool.
That's,
thank you.
Very, very ambitious.
Excellent. So you should now, if you haven't already looked at them, you can now look at your Act 1 agenda, folks. But yeah, so you are chowing down, getting yourself some breakfast. Now you've woken up out of hypersleep. Captain Dawson comes to join you at the breakfast table, slings a leg over the chair and leans on the back of it, gulps down some coffee, says, yep, well, we're all set for insertion. All systems are go. We haven't had any contact with the outpost, but seeing the giant storm in the upper atmosphere, that's not really a surprise. But you'll be able to contact them from the shuttle once you get down underneath that storm. It's going to be a bumpy ride, Nelly. So I hope you're ready for a bit of stick work. You've got an hour before you can leave, but there's no point hanging about. We want to get you down to your destination as quickly as possible. When you get there, the local admin team will deal with whatever briefing that you need. And Nels will be looking for some contracts to bring back. She's going to leave 8 hours after she sets down. So if you want to change your mind and not stay, that's your last chance to get out. Speak to Nels down on the base, and she can contract you a return journey. But yeah, you'll have 8 hours before Parker leaves with the shuttle. Yeah, thanks for flying Dawson Air, and don't forget us for your next long distance contract. And she goes off back to the bridge. And you've got, as I said, about an hour to get ready, get packed up onto the shuttle, get over the pain of waking up from hypersleep. And yeah, Parker's ready to fly you down. Now, Parker, you can see from your scans that there is quite a big storm in the upper atmosphere. It's going to be a bumpy ride. As you're descending, it gets worse than you thought. It's becoming pretty harrowing. Everybody in the back, you're advised to strap in. And then there's a thunk, a really loud noise that you've never heard come from your shuttle before. You can hear an engine whine. Something has broken, and your shuttle is now just starting to plummet down towards the surface of the planet.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Everybody take 1 point of stress, please.
Already, Dave.
Already. It's not me. I'll write the scenario. Don't blame me for any of it.
I'm assuming this is all happening too quickly for me to even hope to fix it.
Oh yeah, there's no fixing this. You're basically on a shuttle in free fall. You know, it's like if you were on an aircraft in first class and it started going, could you go and fix the engine? Sadly not.
Yep. This is the point where I holler, hold on to your butts. Here we go.
Parker, you're managing to control the descent,
Yes.
and you can see the beacon of the base, so you can get yourself pretty close to the outpost. But there's really hard shear from the winds. There's a blizzard even down at this lower level. The electrical storm above, which seems to have fried a lot of your controls. It doesn't descend this low, but then there is a fierce wind and lots of snow and ice in the air. Can I have a piloting roll from you, please, Parker?
Yes, you may. Okay. I'm going to have to push that. That's 2 successes.
Okay, you at the last moment you just managed to stop the downward dive of the shuttle, sort of bring it up in a real big flare. You can feel things breaking. This isn't supposed to be going through stresses like this.
My baby.
Your baby
ship.
she's breaking up, Jim. She's breaking up. You do manage to get to within about 10 feet of the surface, literally just slowing it down. You can punt the emergency release on the passenger doors and shout to everybody else, "Jump!
Jump!"
Don't have to tell me twice.
So for whoever's jumping out, can I have a mobility roll, please? You're leaping out onto snow, so it's not a terrible thing, but it's still difficult with this move and the shock you've just had of plummeting through the atmosphere.
Ugh.
0 successes.
Oh, nice. 2 successes.
Okay, Ellie, you land face first in this giant drift of snow. It doesn't do you any harm, but you take another point of stress for the shock and the fear of thinking you're about to die horribly. Graves, yeah, you managed. You landed.
Can't get any worse.
Famous last
Great.
words.
Graves, you've landed in a big line of snow. You're absolutely fine, having made the jump. Ken and Gunter.
2 successes.
Okay, yeah, Gunter, you manage it as well. You sort of land next to Graves and, look at the younger man, maybe thinking, 55 isn't that old after all. Ken, you land face first in the snow as well. Roll and slide, get a bit covered, but take an extra point of stress. Nelly, in doing that, the ship itself is the engines are overloading. You can't control the thrust. You're going to need to jump as well, or eject, I guess.
All right. You said mobility for that?
Yes, please.
All right. One success.
Yeah, you managed to dive out and land on the snow in a bit of a mess, but okay. As you watch the shuttle, the engines are just kind of working on their own almost, and it lifts up and it turns and it rolls and it goes over what's a little ridge, and you can hear it crash down onto whatever's beyond that ridge. You don't know what's over there. There isn't a huge explosion, but it was definitely going onto its top, and you can still hear the engines whining and screaming.
Well, my first thought would be, after seeing the ship go down, would be to go check on everybody right away to make sure everything's okay, or see if anyone needs any assistance.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think people are okay. They're just a bit shocked and shaken.
Yeah, I'm shaking snow off me. I feel like I've got a couple more bruises than I otherwise did. I'm a little shaken.
Yeah, you're all a bit shaken. It wasn't quite the landing you'd anticipated.
The hell was that, Parker?
But I unfortunately I can't control the weather.
And it is pretty cold and it is pretty windy and horrible. You can see the entrance. So the actual facility itself is a low facility. It's partly built into the landscape, but not entirely. So it's a bit partly underground and partly overground. But you can see the main door, which is about 30 yards from where you are, and it's open, strangely, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of light. Looks like all you can detect is emergency lighting coming through it.
I definitely think we should get inside before we freeze ourselves to death.
Yeah, I'm definitely not equipped for the cold, so we got to get in there.
Absolutely.
Yep, no arguments from me. There's only so much pulling up my collar will keep me warm.
It looks like they left the door and the lights on for us.
Maybe they saw that landing, knew we'd need a way in.
It's possible. I did hit the emergency signal on the way down, so hopefully it alerted them to our presence. So
I'm just thankful we made it down.
You know how much those things cost?
Listen, another one can be built. You guys can't. So I'd rather see you guys alive than burning up in that wreckage.
Much appreciated, of course.
Yeah, not going to argue with that.
Yep.
Are you going up to the door then, guys, folks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a small entrance. I mean, the facility here, none of you have been here before, so you don't really know what to expect. It's a kind of a standard double door, a couple of meters across. It's electronic, but it is open. And you can see that beyond it, there is a corridor that just runs away, which again is only a couple of meters across. And there's obviously this door must have been open for a little while because there's quite a lot of snow and dust, and the air inside is really quite cold.
Well, this looks great. Very promising. What a warm reception.
Okay. Is there a way to shut that door to block the wind in? Any of you work with electronics? No techs?
You could probably.
I
You
would
think
pick up some tools.
you could? The door looks a bit broken, but you could probably just actually tug it across on its track and it's mostly closed.
Yeah.
Is it worth the effort though? Can we not just get through the next door into?
Is there another door ahead?
So the corridor runs quite a long way directly away from you. There is a door on the left, which is hanging open, and then there's a door a bit further along on the right. Yeah, those are open. As I said, this place is quite cold. There's no sign of any people at the moment.
If we want to keep the heat in, we've got to close it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to freeze to death.
Fair enough.
Right? I mean,
That's fine.
I'll facilitate any electronics that need doing.
Okay, you could probably just drag it across. I don't think you need to make a roll for that. You can get that door shut. Operating on the low emergency power that is still here. And say there's emergency lighting showing, but none of the main lighting is on.
Any sign of any communication terminal or anything? Any radio panel?
You can see that the door on the left, which is about 10 meters down the corridor, has got the word security written on it.
Okay, well, being a colonial marshal, I think I'll see if there's any of my brethren down there to have a natter with, find out what's going off.
Lead the way.
Yep, I'll follow.
And take up the rear.
Okay, this room is again dark. There's no main lighting. There is a little bit of lighting from the emergency lights. There's a desk, and on the far side, on the other side of the desk, appears to be a form in a environment suit sat on the floor. It's sort of back against the wall.
Without approaching too much, am I able to use my keen investigative eye to check out,
I'll let you make an observation roll if you want to, Graves.
Okay. Oh, I have to use all my dice for this. 3 successes.
Wow.
3.
But
Okay.
I'm rolling 8 dice plus 1 stress, so I've got good eyes.
Okay, let me just. I'm going to bring up a screen here, Doug.
Sure.
And this is what you see. Let me know when you can see it.
It's there. Oh,
I guess the others haven't seen this yet, but you take a point of stress for that.
okie dokie.
This is what appears to be a perfectly good, serviceable, modern environment suit in reasonable order, except for it's obviously been kind of left in the cold breeze for a while, with what appears to be a completely desiccated and decayed human skeleton inside.
Is the helmet down?
The visor is open.
Okay, so is he exposed to the element? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I suppose I relay this to the guys. Whoever's in that suit has seen better days. That just looks like a skeleton.
You can also see that there is a half-drunk cup of coffee and a half-eaten pastry that look a couple of days old, but they don't look anything more than that, really.
So it doesn't look naturally long enough for the body to have just decayed of its own, natural way.
That's a conclusion you can come to if you wish to, yes.
Okay. Again, I guess I would relay that to these guys so they're aware that it looks unnaturally decomposed based on how old the food and the coffee seem.
What the hell is going on?
My sentiments exactly.
Is there a terminal in here?
There is a terminal here, yes.
Anybody good with computers?
I'm pretty good with contact.
Yep, me too.
I am
Yeah,
well.
I'll go over to the terminal and see what I can bring up for information.
Okay, there's no security locks or anything particularly. It's a lot of roster and other kind of basic information. There's also, you see on there, what appears to be a map of the facility. But otherwise, no, there's not much you can glean from that. And again, it's obviously running on very low power because of the nature of the base seems to be that the base itself is powered down.
Can I? Is there like a dot matrix printer that I could print out the map and just have it?
Do you really want to be making that much noise?
I mean, if we don't have any way to save it.
I think yes, you could probably. Yes, there will be a way of doing that, which doesn't involve printing, which is fine. Yeah, you can take this with you.
All right.
Well, maybe he's got a special edition Wayland Yutani fancy pad tablet thing that he can just.
I do have a data card, so I don't know. I don't know if that would work or not, but
I think there is. So this is what you see. If you can now see the map, this is what you get. So, Graves, you're inside the security room. Is anybody else inside the security room?
Yeah, I'm in there. I guess I'm in there because
Yeah.
Who's still in the corridor?
I will be.
I am.
Could you both make observation rolls for me, please?
Uh-oh.
Certainly. I was going to say, I'm probably looking around too, now that I've heard that there's a dead body.
Right. Oh, man. I got no successes, but nothing bad on my
Yeah,
stress.
the dice are not in my favor today. No success.
Okay. No problem. I don't need to zoom in then for the moment.
Sounds like a problem to me.
Yeah.
Damn, DM anticipates somebody succeeding in a dice roll. Damn. Okay, what you gonna do, folks?
Should get in. Is it? I kind of want to try and find some survivors so we can see what's going off here. But are we going to be able to accomplish that on emergency power? Is there internal comms? Or will they work on emergency power?
You'll only be able to know that once you find a communications panel. Yeah.
Okay.
I vote we go to the
Can we,
comm center. It's fucked, and we gotta call someone.
Well, does the terminal in front of us have access to any internal cameras or anything like that? Can we?
Nothing
No.
that's working. No.
Okay. Command center sounds like a good idea to me.
Does the body have any keys on it or around it or anything? Or perhaps maybe we can just check the room out, see if we can find some keys.
Smart.
Yeah, there does appear to be a like a electronic key card that you find.
Probably worth
Cool.
grabbing.
All right.
Ellie, why don't we go up to this next intersection here and just kind of scope it out?
Yeah.
I don't want to get too far ahead,
So-
but we might as well. We're kind of useless standing here.
Yeah, definitely. Also, sorry for being a dick to you earlier about the crash.
It's fine.
A little stressful. This is all pretty
I
stressful.
understand.
All right, I round the corner with her.
Okay, so if you could see the map again,
Mhm.
folks. I should zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, so you can walk up to the next door here. The door is open, and this isn't actually. This might once have been a science lab, but it's been used as a like a storage room, actually, more than a science lab. And there's all sorts of stuff in here. There's sort of lots of monitoring equipment littering around. There are some sort of jars of like the old big glass jars that you got at school with specimens in formaldehyde. There's a few of those with little forms in them. This room again is pretty dark, and so you can't. Yeah, there's quite a lot of shadows in this room, and with the door having been open, there is also a little bit. You can see definitely some snow has blown this far in, and it's got into this room as well.
Boy, I'm glad we closed that front door.
Is there any
agree.
footprints in the snow?
I don't know if we want to be going in there. Does anyone have a light?
I don't know about that either.
I got a flashlight. I'll turn on a flashlight but I want to stay within the doorway first before entering the room and just kind of shine it in.
Yeah. Okay. First things first. Can you just make a power roll for your flashlight, please, Josh?
All right. Remind me of how to do a power roll.
So roll the number of dice equal to the current power,
Okay.
and then for every one that you roll, that power is reduced by 1 point.
Okay. Yep. So reduced by 1.
Okay.
Oh no.
So you can look around. You can't see obviously any footprints in the snow, but you do on the far side notice what looks like a form, like a human form. You only tiny glimpse it, sort of stepping behind a rack of stuff or like a load of shelving.
Mm-hmm.
A moving human form.
Definitely, yeah.
Moving.
Can you make an observation roll?
I'll back
actually,
up,
please?
Okay. Yep. 5, 6, 2 stress. Come on. Oh, so 1 success, but I did get 2 successes, 1 on my stress die.
Yeah. Okay. So roll for the panic on your stress. Let's roll d6
Yep.
and add the number of dice that you've got. of stress.
So 3, 4, 5.
Okay, yeah, you're holding it together. The thing that's really freaking you out is this form. It's dusty and it's a bit sort of misty in here because of the air is a bit cold. But it didn't make any noise at all, and it didn't look completely solid. You thought, and that is freaky. That is weird.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
Maybe
we do Ghostbusters.
Who you get a call?
Yeah, Ellie, I there's something in here. I and I just kind of back away slowly, switch my flashlight off, and just back up, and like maybe we should go back to the others.
Okay, whilst
I'm agreeing with you there.
you're there, you can both start to hear very, very faintly a sound that you think has probably been there all along, but you haven't really recognized it. I'm just going to try and bring up the map again. Okay, bear with me.
Pablo, I think that's any show with Colonial Marines in it.
Okay, I'm having a slight technical issue. Please bear with me.
Pablo says Xenobusters is the show I really want. I want to really exist.
Who are you gonna call?
I mean,
Xenobusters. And then we get sued. Copyright infringement. Bummer.
I don't know if you can still hear me, guys. I'm having a slight technical issue with Chrome.
I can hear you.
We can hear you. Yep.
So bear with me. If it crashes, I'll rejoin straight away.
I'll remind folks that if you have not picked up a copy of the Alien, the role-playing game, definitely pick it up. You can either pick it up at freeleaguepublishing.com, or you can ask your friendly local game store to order a copy. I know that there was more copies just sent to distributors recently, so we just did another printing for the Alien RPG. So there should be supplies available. And like I said, if you really would like a copy, make sure to check out freeleaguepublishing.com. It was my favorite RPG of last year, not 2020, but 2019. I still forget that we've already hit a brand new year.
Okay, bear with me. I'm going to have to.
And it won an award too.
It did. It won the gold Emmy for Game of the Year, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Very deserving.
And it
as well,
deserves it.
Uh,
I think.
Absolutely.
As somebody who'd never really played them before, I found it really easy to pick up, and I think the mechanics as well work really well for the for the material. The stress stuff alone, it has the potential to snowball the worse it gets, but it does up the ante of a simple dice roll. It really works well for Alien.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's amazing how and that's kind of the feature with most of the Free League games is they use this D6 dice pool system called the Year Zero engine, and they pretty much tweak it to fit all sorts of different settings and genres, and I think that what they did with the Alien RPG is just really, if you're a fan of Alien and Aliens, those two movies, this is just definitely the game for you, if you want that kind of tabletop experience.
Okay,
looks like we got Dave back.
Yeah, sorry about that. Google Chrome crashed on me. Sorry, kind of it. Thank you. Right, I should try sharing that screen again, and let's see if we can draw attention. Right, so let me know when you can see the screen.
Got it.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, so we're down in this corner here. So Ruiz and Parker, you are by the science lab door here, and you can hear from further down the corridor, what sounds like music, and it sounds like I mean, you might be you might not be aficionados of late 20th century music, but it sounds like a young girl singing about thinking that they're alone now, and there's and then it plays for a few seconds, and then it jumps back, and it kind of replays again. That same 15-second stretch of music coming from down the corridor. It's quite quiet. You can't hear it very loudly, but it's definitely something there.
I hope it's something on an independent power source, because that could be using emergency power up.
Let's grab the others before we investigate any further.
But before I leave, though, if I'm still in the security office,
yep,
could I use my talent?
Your talent is you can, yes.
Okay.
So your talent is investigation. That allows you this. Oh, so a turn is 5 minutes. So you're going to spend 5 minutes investigating this room.
Well, how long have I already? Can I retroactively do this before they buggered off down there?
Okay, you need to spend 4 more minutes investigating this room.
Okay. Does the stress apply to this one?
Yes, it will, for sure.
Okay. All right, hang on. There's a lot of dice. I'm going to roll this in 2. Nothing on the first lot. And nothing on the second lot. That was okay.
Okay, but you've spent 4 more minutes basically not working out what it was you were trying to work out.
Apparently being terrible at my job.
Whoops.
Okay, for those few minutes, guys, what are the rest of you doing?
So we just saw an incorporeal form. I don't feel like that's gonna wait for 4 minutes. I'm probably in the doorway, and honestly, I look over to Parker and I'm like, maybe we should say something. If there's a person in there, maybe we should say hi. It's a little weird. Didn't hear anything when it moved.
I don't know. I don't know what it was. I can't say that it was a person, but I'm definitely not going in there without backup.
All right. Well,
would you like to?
It's not a person. What else would it be?
Oh, there's no such thing as ghosts.
Well, I mean, I haven't been on this planet. We don't know what's here. I just think that we should be cautious and that we should, take one step at a time. I'd rather us as a group have to deal with a hostile situation or a life-threatening situation than, just go running off head first into a room that could be potentially hazardous. Did you not see the things in the jars?
No, you're right. Let's go back and let's go back. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying. I mean, if you want to go open up one of those jars and say hello,
I don't want to do anything in that room. I was just saying maybe we should say hi.
We can.
We're friends. We
can absolutely do that. I am with you on that, but I'd rather have a group of people saying hello than just the two of us. I mean, wouldn't you rather let's put the boys up front and push them in, and then we'll just stand back and see what happens. All right. But we're not going to tell them that.
The marshal seems rather capable. I propose he goes first.
Yeah. Put him up front. That's what he's here for.
Exactly.
Who said I was here to bodyguard you guys?
So yeah, I mean, I'll lead the way to the room and say, guys, there's a really weird room full of all kinds of strange jars of weird things, and I don't know if it was a trick of the light or what it was, but I thought I saw something moving behind some of the shelves, but there was no fresh it seems like some of the snow blowed up the hallway and it was piled up in front of the door, so it doesn't seem like anything had recently walked in or walked out. So I'm not sure, but I feel uneasy, and I think we should investigate as a group should we choose to. We also heard some singing, I think Ellie, did you heard it too, right?
It's Tiffany. It's a song from the late 1900s. Pretty good. I like that kind of shit. New wave, real old school.
And that was coming from kind of the opposite direction. I think one of the signs pointed to a cafeteria down that way.
Yeah. There's I think the mess hall.
Right. So I'm not sure what you fellas would like to do, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention.
Well, I mean, if it's a survivor, it'd be a good idea to find out what's happened.
I'm gonna stand up from where I was. I'm gonna stand up from where I was looking at the body through my magnifying glass, and say, a lot of science labs usually have holographic specimen displays. That's probably what you saw.
Good thinking. We're probably just spooked.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, so not diverse in this field. I can fly a ship, I can do a lot of things, but
I'd be pretty curious to see if they're working on it, if you want to check it out.
If there was a holographic display, it's possible we could grab some of the wires and stuff and get this place running back with some of the equipment. I'm sure at some point we'll have to do that, considering we seem to be alone now.
I mean, it'd be good to know for a certainty, to be honest.
Well, I'll see. Get to it.
All right, David Tennant.
Sorry, guys.
We all checking out the science lab then?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I will follow you guys to this. I will not go into the science lab though. I'll let Gunther make his way in there.
I will again stay out in the hallway, kind of keeping an eye out towards that mess hall.
Parker and Ruiz hallway gang. Wait, this way.
Woo!
This one's me. We're right next to each other. You do this.
Wait.
Other way. Yep.
There.
Okay.
So, who's going in with me?
I'll come in with you. I'm naturally curious. I can't help this.
Okay.
Okay. Now you've all got up to that point in the corridor. The rest of you can hear this music in the background. That again seems to play about 15 seconds and then jump back to where it was and play the same 15 seconds again.
Okay. It's like a skipping disc.
It's a real earworm. I'm gonna get Tiffany stuck in my head all day.
So who's going into the science lab, which is now more of a storeroom, really? Okay. Yeah. Okay. What are you doing in there?
I guess I'm gonna ask Nelly to point out the direction of where they saw that form.
Yep, she can do that. You see, it was in the far left corner from the door.
Okay. I guess I want to just creep up a little bit and see if I can see if it's a holographic display like I thought it was or not.
Yeah. Okay. Make a mobility roll if you're going to try and sneak up there, Gunter.
I got a single one and no successes.
Okay, was that a one on a stress die?
No,
that's okay. It's only if it's on a stress die that it matters.
Okay.
So you can try and push that if you want, because you obviously getting no successes at the moment, which means you take another stress die and then re-roll the lot.
I'm not going to push the roll.
Okay. As you sort of move forward, your foot kicks something on the floor, and then it's like a beaker or something. And it rolls on its side and it rattles, and it makes quite a big noise. In doing that, it seems to have surprised whatever it is that you were sneaking up on, and it is a form of a person, but in the gloom, you can't make out very much. You don't want to make an observation roll, but you seem to have surprised it, and it, I guess, is possibly surprising you as well.
1 success.
You notice that it's wearing what appears to be a standard Weyland-Yutani maintenance uniform. It's from the look on its face, it looks upset isn't strong enough a word. It looks absolutely distraught, and it's a man. And seeing you, it kind of gasps, turns, and steps through the wall. Take a point of stress, Gunter.
That's problematic.
You didn't hear it make any noise at all. You heard no sound from it whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm probably going to jump backwards pretty far. Maybe even like yelp a little bit. And I'm going to turn to Anthony and I'm going to say, did you see that?
Did I see that, Dave?
So I guess you make an observation roll to see if you saw it from where you were.
And my stress. No, nothing.
No, you saw nothing at all.
Oh boy.
My skills are really going downhill here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get out of the room. And when I get back in the sight of everyone, say, all right, you definitely saw something. I saw something too. And then I also saw it walk right through the wall. That's not any holographic like I've ever seen.
There's definitely some freaky shit going on here.
Things don't just walk through walls, Gunter.
Well, maybe if you were in the room with me, you would have seen it.
Does Gunter know if that's normal holographic projection behavior or not? Are normal holograms capable of?
It looked like no hologram you've ever seen before, Gunter.
Yeah, I don't know. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, can someone at least shut that door so if it does go back in there or whatever, nothing comes out of there?
I mean, if it can walk through walls, what's that gonna?
Right.
I don't know, but did you not see the things that were in there?
Dead stuff in jars?
How do you know they're dead?
Okay, fair point.
Okay, so for just cautionary sake, can we shut the door? Is it frozen like the front one where we gotta force it?
Oh, I am so
closed?
on this.
You got this? I know you do, Ellie. You got this.
You can shut the door without a roll. I think that's fine.
Girl power all the way.
All right. Can I do electricity stuff to make sure that it shuts for good?
You want to lock it? Okay. I think you can lock it from the outside without making a roll. If you wanted to disable it so it never opens again, that takes a roll.
Would it take a stunt?
Well, if you get a success on a contact roll, you can lock that door for good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let me real quick just make sure that I put my stats in right. Yes, I actually did not put them in correct. I have more contact than that. Wonderful. One and boom. I'm using my tools, by the way, my electronic tools. All right, that is 3 successes. The door ain't opening. And I would like to use one of those successes as a stunt to perhaps not have to roll for this again in the future.
I think if you find the same type of door, you can probably lock that. Yeah, that sounds fine.
All right, sounds good to me.
Yeah, that door, with a fizz, that door shuts and it's locked down in levels of lockdown that you've never even known doors could be locked down in.
She takes her electronic tools and blows on them like they're a gun. Puts them in her pocket.
I gotta ask Gunther, which wall did it go through? So, like, which direction would it have gone through?
Things don't go through walls. What are you guys talking about?
Well, Ken, he said something went through the wall. I just want to know
Yeah.
which direction it went into.
Does that make sense
So-
to you? Have you ever seen anything go through a wall?
Okay, I'm putting the.
I,
the map up
honestly,
again,
I can
guys.
say that I haven't.
Okay, then
Listen, Ken,
So-
I know that
So-
Wayland Yutani might have you wearing blinders all the time, but there's a lot in this world, a lot in this universe that we don't know about.
Okay, if you could see the map again, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Gunter, you were in this corner here.
Yep.
And it went through that wall there.
Okay.
Yeah, it turned around and walked right out the east side.
Okay, so further up the hallway, then I assume that's like a bulkhead door up ahead where it says housing.
Sorry, can you say that again? My internet's a bit.
That's okay. Is that a bulkhead door straight ahead of us at the end of that hallway, just before housing?
Yes, that's a heavier security door
Okay.
than you had otherwise. So there is a door here across the mess hall and the recreation area. If you can see
Okay.
what my cursor is, and it's through that door that you can hear this music coming.
Yeah. If somebody's playing music, maybe we have a survivor down this way. We can either,
Or dead.
at this point, it could go either way. We got a dead corpse in security. We have strange apparitions going through a wall. Who the heck knows? But do we want to follow the entity that went through the wall, or do we want to investigate this music?
I say we go check out the music, because guess what? I don't believe Gunther. There's just nothing walks through walls. It just doesn't make sense. There's nothing physical. It just isn't possible. I'm going up this way to check out the music.
Okay. The doors to the mess
I
area.
want to
are
hear.
just-
I want to follow the music too. I don't think I've seen anything.
I'm also going to stick with those pair.
okay,
Right.
Gunter and Nelly, what are you doing?
I'm gonna follow.
I'm going to bring up the rear and just keep an eye on it, make sure nothing comes up behind us.
Yeah. Okay. So this mess hall area, the doors to it aren't locked. They're just standard doors. You just push them open as you would in like any kind of school hall. The mess area itself is a complete mess. The tables are overturned, chairs are turned over. No sign of any people in here. You can hear the music coming from the room at the far end, which is the recreation room. And there are, as I said, there's still a little bit of light in here. It's not as cold up here as it was further back, but there are shadows. It's dark. You can see what looks like a pool table up in the rec room.
Has Nelly still got that torch? Will it?
Hey, Nelly, come up here and light this room for me, please.
All right. I will stand at the edge of that doorway there and shine it in.
Just go.
Are you
Why
standing at?
going in?
Sorry, Nelly. Are you standing at the bottom down here, or are you going through the mess hall up to the rec room?
Standing we're at the entrance of the mess hall, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to stand there and shine it in first before going in.
Okay. Make another power roll for your torch, please.
Okay, that's a 2, so I still got power.
Yep. Cool.
Lighting the way ahead.
Yeah, you now have some light on this area. You can see signs of things having been spilled on the floor, a bit of old food and some drinks, some water, stains maybe on the lino.
Okay.
What
If we don't see anything like too crazy, I'll at least start moving in a few feet at a time. Just take my time to really kind of light up the entire room while everyone else is kind of looking.
Yeah.
When you say stains, are we talking food stains or bodily stains?
It looks like food. You can't see anything that in the mess hall that looks like bloodstains or anything like that.
Okay.
Well, there was clearly some sort of
yeah,
struggle
so,
or something here.
But you move up to the rec room itself. There's a pool table in the middle. There is a jukebox in the corner, which is the source of the music, and like an old style, not a modern thing. It's a sort of like classic old style, jukebox. Really cool kind of setup.
Wayland has got money to be flashing on antiques.
You've got down the right hand side as you look in, there are some lockers that probably would have pool cues in them, maybe, or other odds and ends, but reasonably big. And there's blood, dried blood on the pool table itself.
Any bodies, though?
Nobody.
Okay.
Do I go
anything?
up for seeing the blood?
Pardon?
Do I go up a stress for seeing the blood? I think this is my first exposure to anything that's not alive. I didn't look at the body in the other room.
No, I think it's okay actually for the moment. It's very dark. It's not like it's swimming in blood. It's definitely dried.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go over and
Good.
I think
Good.
we're alone now.
try to bump the jukebox.
Fonzie.
Do
trying to
the
stop
old
the music?
Fonzie bump.
Okay. He goes scratches across it, and it stops.
And now it's
Well, why'd
quiet.
you do that? I tinker around and try to fix it.
While Ruiz is tinkering with the the jukebox, I pop over to her just for a little quiet word, and just ask her if we've met before. She looks familiar.
No, I can't say I ever met you before. Law enforcement. Yeah, no, I've always I don't know where are you from? Maybe we ran into each other in high school.
I don't have a name of where I'm from actually, in terms of my little sector.
Make something up.
Okay. Have you been through Arrakis sector lately?
Arrakis. Can't say that I have had the pleasure. You must be thinking of someone else. I've got a fairly average looking face, I've been told. It's kind of rude, but
Okay.
I was trying to get them to hate the music, and it works. But as you're having that little conversation and looking at the body, you hear a rattle in one of the lockers on the far side from you.
Oh, you should go look at
instantly
that.
draw my pistol.
You've got to go on.
Okay, the door to the locker opens, and a person falls out and lands on their kind of hands and knees on the ground, and is kind of groaning and not saying anything, just making some horrible I'm in terrible pain kind of noises.
Well, yeah, they've been listening to that music for I don't know how long.
Very important question before we continue. Did I get the jukebox working?
Not at that point, no, sorry. You have to come back to that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm coming back to that.
Yeah, I'll just keep my pistol drawn on the person and say, "Hello, who are you?"
This person looks like a woman, is on the ground and is just kind of like on her elbows, trying to sort of lean forward, and is kind of slumping, making no sense at all. She looks in a pretty bad way from what you can tell in this light.
Can I ask Nelly to shine the torch as well as the gun so I can see if I can see anything?
I would definitely keep them both in the same direction.
Okay, anybody looking, you can make an observation roll. I think actually it's probably a group observation roll. So the person with the best observation make the roll for the group.
I'm rocking 8+2 stress.
Oh,
Same
I've
here.
only got 4.
Yeah, no, go for it.
Has anybody actually got a number in observation to assist?
I have
I have
3. Yeah, I have 3
I
in
have 1.
observation.
Okay. What's the max I can be assisted?
3.
3.
Okay.
So I think
So-
you can have that. Yeah.
Ooh, I actually need to crack out my other dice now.
So kind of you're all kind of looking and sort of noticing bits. And...
I swear if I fail this. Nothing on
Can
the
I help?
first half.
Can I help with the observation?
I've took assistance from everybody here.
Okay.
Nothing, guys. Nothing.
No.
Are you fucking kidding?
That
You want
was.
to push it?
That was. Too many dice. Yes, I'm going to push that because that is ridiculous. The odds were not. Nothing on the first half. There we go. I got 1 on the second half.
Oh my God.
Any stress? Any panic?
No stress. No panic.
Okay. For one success, you can't tell so much really. Actually, she looks wounded. There's definitely blood on her. She's definitely suffered
Her own
wounds.
blood.
Well, without analysing it, you've got no idea. She's got blood on her head, blood on her arms and hands. She's definitely got a few wounds. She's sort of got a sort of missing ear, it looks like, and some of her hair seems to have gone. And she's moaning on the ground in what appears to be extreme pain.
My God, what's happened to her?
Can anybody give her medical aid?
I'm not a doctor, and I don't like the look of that.
Yeah.
I can put her out of her misery.
I'm not sure that counts as
Everyone
medical
back
aid.
up. Back up. Back away.
Nelly,
Yeah.
Nelly, calm yourself down. We're not doing any murdering, not while I'm here.
Murdering. Look
you
at
have
the
to help
poor
her.
woman.
It looks like she's been assaulted. You're going to go around mercy executing.
Listen, I'm just saying back away. We don't know what's going on here.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Her
if there was
hair's
some
falling out,
virus
for God's
spreading
sake.
on the-
Who assaults a person and rips out their hair like that?
Hey, I'm a colonial marshal. I've seen the worst of people, and people are that bad.
As you're arguing, the woman is trying to pull herself up onto her feet and trying to stand up, looking pretty frail and ragged. In doing that, is anyone actually going to help her, or are you just going to stand there and argue?
I'm
I'm
going to
just
step
going to keep
over.
my gun on her.
I'm going to step over and towards her and say, the only way we're going to figure out what's going on here is if we talk to somebody. And I'm going to pull out my med kit and try to help her up, maybe administer some first aid.
Okay, Parker. So you've got your gun on her. Are you going into Overwatch effectively?
Yes.
Please.
So if she does something you don't like, you can shoot her.
Yeah.
Okay, Gunter. Yeah, you go to her. She sort of starts to kind of uncurl, and you just get a glint in her eye of some madness before she raises her arm and brings it down towards your head. But Parker gets to act first because you are in Overwatch if you wish to shoot.
Yes, I do.
Okay, make a roll on ranged combat.
Holy shit!
That one's pretty good. All right, let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
She probably thinks that Gunther is the one that kept the music on the whole time.
Or maybe she's annoyed that the music's been turned off. Maybe.
No, that could be.
It could be. All right. That's 3 successes and no bad stress.
Right. Okay. What's the damage of your weapon?
Damage 1.
And 3 successes. That's 3 points of damage.
Correct.
Yeah, you basically put a bullet straight through her chest, pretty much. Roll D66 for a critical injury.
43.
43. Okay, yeah, the bullet kind of hits her in the chest. As she turns, it goes through her elbow, and the end of her arm kind of breaks off, falls onto the ground before she falls with it, and quivering and sort of twitching on the ground. But your bullet appears to have put her down. It made a hell of a lot of noise in the quiet environment here, though.
I'm sure it did.
You can hear it echoing down the corridors and back again.
Ellie, quick, get the jukebox back up and running.
You know what? I don't know that that's my top priority anymore.
All right.
And that's the end of Act 1, guys.
Amazing.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Well
Terrific.
done, everybody.
Having to keep the pace up to get it all in 4 hours. So, Act 1. Yes, Josh, you definitely get a story point.
Ooh.
Yeah, Aaron, yes, you do too. Yeah, I think Pat, that's okay. You can have your story point as well.
I tried.
Yeah, Austin as well. I think I'll give you that, and Doug, I'll give you that as well. So yeah, everyone gets a story point for Act 1. You can now reveal to yourselves your Act 2 agendas, and then we will continue as the silence on the base is restored after the gunshot has echoed away.
Yes. Wonderful.
Okay.
Okay, this woman, obviously badly wounded by something or badly mutilated by something, is dead on the ground before you.
Yeah, I actually killed her then.
Yes, yep, that killed her.
Can I analyze? Can I look at the body, like, and see if there's any like identification or anything that's noteworthy?
Yeah, I'll look around too. I'll help in this. I'll assist.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Okay, where are we?
Gunther's probably going to sit down in a little bit of shock.
Yeah,
Have a breather, Gunther.
Yeah, Gunther, do what you do best. Just sit there and don't do anything. Maybe you'll see something go through the. Maybe you'll see this person's ghost will go through the wall again or something.
Hey, you never know.
Okay, the woman is wearing a uniform. It seems to be a security uniform with the name Silverpine typed on a tag across her chest.
Silver pine?
Silverpine, Jane Silverpine.
Mm.
You can detect that her fingernails, which you think were probably once nicely manicured and probably quite long, are broken and bloody. There's a lot of dried blood under them, as if potentially she'd been fighting something off.
Mm.
But definite signs of wounds to her arms and obviously wounds to her head as well. Some of them look less like sort of combat fighting wounds and more like somebody's peeled it off themselves or somebody's peeled off the flesh.
I'm going to take out my notebook and jot down a couple observations for myself.
Trying not to
about the
touch
scenario.
her too much. I want to look through her pockets and see if she's got identifying cards or access codes or any sort of useful things.
Okay. Gunter, are you using that in order to relieve a point of stress? Because you can relieve a point of stress if you wish.
Yes. Yeah.
It's once per act, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
For a signature item.
While
Yeah,
we're
I'll do
taking
that.
a moment, I'm going to have a swig of scotch as well.
Okay.
Cool.
Excellent. That's just what you want your law enforcement to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
hit the source when
Hey.
things get a bit difficult.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm here on my own thing.
As long as your pilot's not doing it, you're fine.
Ellie, yes, you do find some ID tags and ID cards. You do find another access card for access to different areas of the base.
I
But
don't
that's about
mention
it.
anything aside from the access card, but I keep it all. And I say,
Yeah.
I got an access card. Should get us around the base a little easier if we need it.
Good, because I think we need to. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but we need to get off this rock right now.
Absolutely. Are there any backup shuttles? You crashed the one we came in on. Sorry. I'm sorry. I promised you I wouldn't. But it's really bad that we don't have a ship back home.
Well, let's. There should be a area for like evacs or escape pods, right?
Well, wouldn't Ken know this? Isn't he transferring here? Does he have knowledge of the base?
He has the map, right?
I do have
So
the map.
I've put the map up again for those of you who want to see it. This place doesn't have a shuttle of its own. It doesn't have escape pods in that sense. It's obviously being serviced by I guess probably monthly cargo trips.
Okay.
So no, there's no obvious way you.
So sorry to say, there's no way to get off this rocket. There's nothing here to fly.
What are
There's
we
got to
really?
be some way to send a message, though.
Yeah, we go to the comms room, I say. We'll send a message to the ship we came in on, which of course we only crashed
Right.
the shuttle of. And
Right. Possibly remote link and fly one down.
But Ellie, you know that the Pioneer is atmosphere capable. So if you could get a message to Dawson, then she could, in theory, fly it down through the atmosphere to land here.
Beautiful. Let's do it. Let's get the hell out of here. No one's getting transferred to Outpost 247. Outpost 247, writing it off. Total loss. I don't want to stay here. I don't want to be a machine operator at this juncture.
You do suspect, you do wonder, you might need to restore some power
Bugger.
to use the comms room. But you would know that the command center in a base like this is probably where the power control systems would be.
So it's along the way. Little detour.
Yep. Let's go to the command center. There's a laser accelerator here. How?
Agreed.
Oh,
All right.
There's also an armory. We might want to hit that up too.
I like the way you think. Yeah, protection for everyone would be better than nothing. So,
What are we really? I mean,
I agree.
what are we really like afraid of? We've seen one person. Nelly took them out like super easily. We've got Gunter who says that he's seeing things go through the walls. That's it. Let's go see what's going on in this base.
Okay, company
Well,
man.
I mean,
tell you what, you can make your report and stop and feel free to have a look at whatever you need to. But we're all going to try. This is the plan: restore power, get to the comms room, and get a ship down here to pick us up. You can report everything you want to along the way.
Let's figure out what's going on in this, because maybe they got raided. For all we know, maybe they got raided.
At the end of the day, Ken, we could probably achieve what everybody wants from the command center anyway. Turn the power on, send a message, find out what happened. Maybe there's something on the computers and you can figure out what happened here.
Yeah.
What we need is to get access to our computer and a comms uplink.
Well,
and to do that, we need power. So let's go.
Move.
And maybe weapons.
Hey, Gunter, you need me to help you stand up to get to the next room over, or you good? You just gonna sit right there, write in your journal.
Hey, listen, I have more science under my belt than anything you'd have. I'm taking important notes here. What I'm doing could potentially save us later.
Oh yeah, sure. All right.
Okay, then. So what if I can restore the map again? You are in the mess hall or the rec room. What route are you going to take if you can see the map?
Is that a entrance to that hallway there from the mess hall?
No, you'll have to go back.
Okay,
round,
so that's okay.
yeah.
So
Actually,
we'll have-
it's fairly obvious what route you're going to take, then, isn't it? That was a stupid question.
well, that's why I had to ask. So, I don't know, guys. I guess am I the only one with a flashlight?
You're the only one with a flashlight, and presumably, unless aside from perhaps the marshal who's probably packing, presumably the only one with a gun. I'd very much like to not be the only one without a gun at some point.
Okay, so I'll step up and take lead if the marshal's going to drink.
Don't you worry. It was only a swig.
Okay.
I'm not inebriated. Don't worry.
Let's put the alcohol away till the mission's over. Then you can drink all you want.
It's back until the next act when I'm allowed to use it.
As a marshal, you're carrying, right?
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
So
I'm with you, but you know,
okay, all right.
Okay.
All right, I'll take lead since I have the light. You right next to me, and everyone else can follow. Somebody be watching our rear.
Yeah, just somebody shout out if if you see any more ghosts.
I'll take
So who's last? Okay, Ellie is last. Okay. Okay, so you move around the corridors. If you can see my cursor.
Yep.
The door to the housing area here is shut. There is a window in it if you want to look, but you don't have to. Obviously, it's up to you.
I'll look.
Okay. It's basically a bunk room for pretty much the whole crew, and there is a small triangular window that you can look through and sort of shine a torch through a little bit to see what's in there. But the weirdest thing is the place looks what's the best way to put it? Derelict almost. Like there are beds in there, there are bunks in there, there are mattresses and things, but they all seem to have fallen apart, and there's rust coming off all of the beds frames. The place just looks completely and utterly, well, I mean, ancient almost is for a better word than others. It looks like it's been there for years in that state.
That's weird.
And how long ago would I have thought my guy was heading this way? Are we talking weeks?
Yeah, weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, this looks like it's been decaying for much, much longer than weeks, years, by the look of it.
This is very weird.
Yeah,
And Gunter got the message recently as well.
Yes, yeah, that would have been, again, weeks ago.
Okay, definitely some odd stuff going off here.
I'm not sure if we should go into any room we don't have to until we know more, until we're better equipped.
Or until we get the lights turned on as well. And
Yeah.
we can check out cameras or something.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, cool. You carry on down the corridor here. As you reach the junction at the end here, you do see another figure, a form, lying on the ground, motionless. Appears to be wearing a lab suit or a lab coat, but it is torn to pieces. The person there again looks very, very dead. Not even any groaning or any twitching or anything. This person looks brutalized, in fact.
Oof. Different from the corpse we found at first.
Gunther, we
Yes.
got another body if you want to take a look at this one.
I'm not sure I'm going to this time.
Where is it again? It's in the corridor. We have to pass it by.
I would like to check it out as we're going by it.
I
Check
will
out
go
wounds
with
or anything.
Graves, but stand back.
Yeah, you have to step past it, but you can be still a couple of feet away from it. You haven't got to go right over top of it or anything.
Is it lying face down or?
It's lying face down. There's a big blood stain around it, and the wounds and the damage to the clothing imply this person. You can't even tell if it's a woman without getting closer. Has been torn apart almost.
I'd like to flip it over so I can try and see any name tag or anything.
You can do that, yeah. The name tag reads Jenny Cushing.
Cushing, okay. Right, I'm not so. I'm not so
tell
interested.
from what's
no.
left that it's a woman.
Yeah, I'm not so interested now.
Okay.
I still loot the body, though. I'm interested. Got to get everything we can from this place.
Are you searching? Are you searching the body, Ellie?
If she's kneeling down to search the body, I'll go into Overwatch.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll face away in Overwatch down the other side of the corridor.
On this occasion, you don't find anything on her person at all, Ellie.
Interesting. Do I get the impression that somebody's already stolen stuff from her?
Difficult to tell. I mean, her clothes have been so badly lacerated, as has she, that there might have been stuff there that just got destroyed in the brutality of the attack.
Possible.
Does it also
Really
does it also look like perhaps her body is decayed at a faster rate than we would expect?
Good question.
You could make a Medicurgy roll.
A what? What roll? Sorry.
Medicurgy. That's Coriolis. I've been playing a lot of Coriolis lately. Medical aid roll. There isn't a game that I play that I don't confuse the systems.
Nothing.
No, I mean I'll give you this. I mean she looks from your experience, you've seen plenty of dead people, I guess, as a marshal. She looks like she's been dead for a few days, but no more. Certainly no kind of decaying like the body you found in the security room.
I think we should keep moving, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go.
Yeah.
Nelly, light the way.
Okay. You make your way around to. Let me bring up the map one more time. You make your way around to the command center. Again, I mean, the place is still really dark and eerie, but you don't see or hear anything else until you get around to the command center door, which is like a heavy door. Your access card will open it, and the command center itself, while it's in some disarray, isn't completely smashed up.
That's good.
I rub my hands together and say, time to get to work.
Someone's excited. Ellie, this is all you.
Get that power back on.
I'm pretty good with machines. So what do I gotta do here?
Okay, I think a fairly simple heavy machinery roll will identify for you all the breakers that need repairing and then push them all back into the on position.
One success. From stress, no less.
Okay, you work sort of rapidly. It takes you, doesn't take you very long to do this. It's all quite simple. You think a lot of what's happened is the breakers have either tripped or have been deliberately turned off.
That is disconcerting, and I mentioned that to the group. I'm like, this place isn't as badly damaged as I kind of expected it to be. She says, like pushing the on button several times. It's almost as if somebody's shut it down intentionally.
As you turn it on, the base begins to jump back to life. Lights start flickering on. Some of them kind of explode in a shower of sparks as the power is too much for them, but enough of them stay on. You hear sort of the heartbeat of the base pick up, but you also hear a terrible crackling, sort of like almost electric static kind of noise. And through the wall on the eastern side here, you can see kind of thick fingers of electrostatic energy, a bit like the things you get in a Van de Graaff generator, come through the wall and start sort of hitting the floor, kind of as if they're looking for something. And there's one to begin with, and then there's another, and suddenly a third one comes through and jumps and clicks against something against the wall, and the thing it hits bursts into a little shower of sparks. And yeah, the air, your hair's starting to stand up on end, and the air is getting filled with electrostatic energy as these sort of orange, purple, pink, sort of like tentacles of energy really are flashing around the room.
Is there any way we can turn things on or off depending on the room, or is it all or nothing?
Yeah, you could isolate certain areas.
So, having seen the map layout, I know that there's a science room up north with a laser accelerator, presumably, right? Is that a reasonable?
Well, you've seen what's on the map. Yep.
Okay. My character assumes that's some sort of massive energy hogging generating thing. That sounds like some spooky sci-fi bullshit. I want to press the off button for the lab up there.
Okay. As you are getting to the controls, this energy is kind of all around you, and you're probably not going to get to this control without either dodging past it. Another one comes through the wall, and the room is starting to fill with this kind of energy.
As much as I'm sure I can do something about this.
One of them, before you get to do that, Ellie, one of them goes, psst, and it heads for Ken. Ken, one of these tentacles has suddenly kind of detected you. I guess it's maybe it's the other end of the electrical connection for it. You're probably your heartbeat almost, and it's coming for you. You need to make a mobility roll to dive out of the way.
Let me see here. Mobility. 2, 3. All right, here we go. Oh, I got 2 successes.
Okay, yeah, you managed to dive to the side. I'll allow you with your second success that you're not prone. You managed to stay on your feet.
Okay.
And it kind of zips through the space where you were. Obviously losing the attraction on you and finding the attraction on a fitting on the wall. It hits that, poof, it bursts in a blast of energy.
We have to get out of here. This amount of power is not safe.
Yeah.
Can we see into the corridors that are our exit routes? Can we tell if there's more freaky lightning going off in there?
You can go and have a look, which will be your action this round, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds like we're in rounds now.
Yeah, I'll go and have a gander to see if we've actually got a escape route.
Okay, I am going to put us into initiative now, guys. Mm-hmm. For this,
are we doing cards or dice?
I'll draw cards for you because it's easier. Then we don't duplicate.
Yeah.
So, Doug, 5.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Paddy, 8s. Josh, 9s. Gunter, Austin, 2s. And Aaron, 6s. And they're going to go on. Okay. So I say that this doesn't seem to be like an intelligence behind it. This is just a discharge of energy, which is kind of randomly trying to find somewhere to kind of earth itself. But clearly, the human form is an attractive place for it to earth itself. It goes first. On this occasion, Nelly, this thing is heading for you. It kind of whips around and it's coming in your direction.
Of course.
Or one of them is. There's more than one. There's several of these in the room now.
All right. So agility to get out of the way, right?
Mobility roll, please. Yep.
You got it. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 2 successes and 1 on my stress die.
Okay. Roll your panic on stress. D6 plus the number of dice you have.
So that's a 3.
3. Yeah, you're keeping it together, even though the sparks for where this thing finally hit are all around you.
Really freaky.
Gunter, you're on 2s. You go next.
All right. Yeah, I guess I want to try to get out of the room also. So I'm going to make a mobility roll.
No, you could do that. This thing, there isn't one of these that's actually trying to hit you at the moment. So yeah, you can get out of the room. Are you going out the way you came or through the other way? Well, there are two other ways actually.
Oh boy.
Let me bring the map back up
Can
again.
we see the map?
Yeah, that would be fair, wouldn't it?
I'm wondering if I should try to turn the power back off.
That's what I'm doing on my turn for sure. If I live that long.
Okay, there's the map. If you can see it now, folks. Okay, assuming you can see it now, you came in through the door to the south. There's another bulkhead door to the top right, and then there's a corridor that runs out into the cooling core.
Is the bulkhead on the top right open or closed?
No, it'll need an access card to open it or a contact roll.
Okay.
But Gunther,
I might try to turn the power back off.
Yeah, wasn't that
Okay.
hard to do in the first place?
Yep. So there are about 10 breakers. Which one are you going to turn off with your action?
Is there a main breaker?
You could spend. I think you need to do a heavy machinery roll or a contact roll to spot it.
Yeah,
it's
I'll
not.
roll contact.
It's not well marked. Let's put it that way.
Okay. I got 2 successes.
Yeah. Okay. You see one that you think is probably the main breaker.
Yeah, that's the one I want to hit.
Yeah. Okay. You can definitely hear the bass beginning to power down again. That heartbeat is beginning to stop. But there's still an electrical charge here that's trying to discharge itself. 5. That'll be Ellie. Your action.
Okay. So there's still the electrical shit going on.
Yes.
All right. Is there anything in this room that I feel would be a decent enough attractor to it if it was? You know what? I think there's probably the answer is no. I think I might want to run. I think I book it into the washroom.
Yeah, that's back the way you came, I think. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Doug.
I'm gonna go to that bulkhead on the other side and try to open it.
Okay. Do you have one of the access cards that you found so far?
I have a data transmission card. No, I do not. No.
No. Okay. So it'll be a contact roll in order to open it.
Okay. So that is 6 plus 2. Let's see what we got here. That is no successes. I'm going to push it. And see what I get. That is going to be 9 dice. I've got 1 success and 2 ones on my stress.
Okay, so roll your stress twice. So roll 1d6 and add your number of stress dice, but do that twice and take the worst one.
It's 7 total.
7. Nervous twitch. So so you managed to open this door as you could feel all the heat and the power of these charges behind you. But your stress level and the stress level of everybody who's in the room at the moment goes up by 1.
Awesome.
Ooh.
So that's going to be Josh and Aaron, I think. So Aaron, it's your action.
Did he get the door open? Sorry.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I'm legging it after Ken.
Yeah. Okay. And then Nines. Who's last?
Right here.
Yeah, Nelly.
I'll follow after Ellie.
Okay. As you're running, there's still one of these. This charge is still in the air.
Yep.
Graves, as you're running down the corridor, you could feel this thing building around you, and it's just about to discharge against you unless you can make a mobility roll.
All right, let's fail this. I succeeded, 1 success.
Okay. Yeah, it discharges around you. You've probably got a bit of singed hair as a result of that. But having put the power off, the lights are now down again. The energy, you can hear it elsewhere in the base as well, crackling and dissipating. But those tendrils, those tentacles of energy seem to have disappeared.
I want to ask Ken if he knows if that's to do with the power being on.
I'm going to assume that that's what caused it, but I don't know for sure.
Okay.
Well, I'm probably gonna look around to Nelly, who followed me, and say, that certainly didn't work. But I hazard to say, or I'm worried about even proposing this as a potential solution. But maybe we could go back in and try one room at a time to isolate the issue.
Isn't there another access point into here? The others went running off to the north through that other bulkhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll share the screen again.
All right, so I think either way, I'm going to go back into the command center. I want to try turning on just the comms room.
Probably.
Where's the comms room?
Way down at the eastern end.
So if you can see the map, Aaron, comms room is to the far right.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Long way away.
All right. Well,
okay.
Elliot, I've got your back if you want to try that. My suggestion would be go to that bulkhead to the north, up the hallway, and see if we can meet up with the rest.
All right, you go up to the bulkhead, see if they're okay. I'm going to turn back on the comms room only.
Okay.
I kind of wonder if the laser accelerator had anything to do with the, lasery kind of things. Perhaps we can try one at a time, leaving that one off.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, maybe.
So it's gonna take a turn of work and a successful contact roll to identify and isolate the circuits you want to turn on.
All right.
So that's gonna be 5 minutes of work.
Ooh, I'm gonna stress. I did not succeed my initial contact. I'm gonna try it again, pushing it.
Okay. Take another point of stress.
Holy shit! No successes. Why are the dice like this today? What the hell?
Okay, so this I think what's happened. The electrical discharges have fried some circuits, have not fried others. Have fried the mainframe there, which is also running on very low power. So you're not able, of the 6 circuit breakers that you've identified, you don't know which one is the comms room.
God. All right. Well, can I at least isolate which one's the accelerator, or do I have absolutely no clue?
No, you've got no clue. There are 6 that you think, one of which is probably the comms room, but you don't know what they might otherwise power.
So
what about? Okay,
it's like a full 1-6.
Hang on. So that was 5 minutes. In that 5 minutes, Nelly, were you staying with?
No, since we were outside in the
up?
hallway, I would go up towards the north. So take the washroom to the east, then turn north to that bulkhead that runs into that same hallway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
And I assume there's a window to look through. If not, I'll knock.
Yes, there are windows in these. Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
so
you can join up with
Okay.
with Ken and Graves. So Gunter, where are you now? Are you up there as well?
Yeah, I think I probably wouldn't have liked to be by myself, so I would have followed through that bulkhead towards the others.
Okay. If you're looking into the laser accelerator room, the room itself is again it's quite open and clear. Actually, there's a fair amount of equipment on the far side, which is obviously cooling equipment and laser equipment and other stuff. Doesn't look like it's got a lot to do with meteorological research, as far as you can tell. There are 3 hatches on the floor of this place. Each of them is shut. On the far side, next to the hatch over here, on the right hand side, on the east, there is what appears to be the dead body of a man lying on the ground. Next to him is a shotgun. And you can also hear, what is it you can hear? It's kind of, rumbling is the wrong word. You could hear sort of gentle thumping noises underneath the hatches.
As if somebody was trying to get out.
Yeah, that would be consistent with what you're hearing. Yeah.
I think before we go any further, I want to just, again, in my notepad, jot a couple observations about the room and perhaps like the kind of projects that they have going on.
I'd like to check out the identity of the dead body.
Yeah, I'd like to go check that out as well.
So this person again is also wearing what appears to be a lab suit. On the breast is the words Andrew Zimmer. And he appears to have died from a gunshot wound to the head.
Ooh.
Okay.
Being
the go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, can I pick up the shotgun?
I was also going to say that as the law enforcement.
Okay, I think between you, can you both roll a mobility roll? And this will just show who gets there half a second faster than the other one.
Nothing.
I got 2 successes.
Okay, yeah, Ken's hand gets there just before yours, Graves.
And
I'm
I
like, whoa.
I look at him. I'm like, I got nothing. But
yeah, but should are you a licensed trained firearms guy here?
It's a shotgun. Like what? How much training do I need to have?
Well, enough not to blow any of us off or your foot off.
I'm pretty sure this end goes forward, this end goes back. I'm pretty sure I can. I don't even know if it's loaded. Is there even anything in it? Let's take a look. And so I'll open it up and see if there's any other shots in it. Is it a double? Is it double barrel?
It's a pump action and it's loaded, but there are no extra reloads to go with it.
Okay, so it's just got one shot.
So when you as with all these things, it's got one reload in it.
All right.
So you'll have as much ammo as you have until you run out of ammo. That's the way the game works.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll back off for now.
All right.
But yeah, it seems likely that this guy shot himself from the way it's set up and where the gun was lying.
So no head at all then?
Not much, no.
Are there any... does it look like there's much power in here? Is it independently powered or is it all still on emergency?
No, the lighting here is the same as the rest of the base that you've seen so far. Very low, dim.
Any terminals?
Nothing that seems to be active, no.
Okay.
I'll go call to Ellie. I don't want to go all the way in that room, but I'll, get close enough to where I'm not shouting her name.
It's all a little blasted here. It's taken me longer than I thought it would. Really trying to figure it out, but honestly, I think I'm going to be a crap shot at this point.
I think we should move on and see what we can do from the control room.
Right. Well, I think we ought to.
Unless you wanted to just flick one of the breakers.
I want to I want to presumably flick the breaker that's associated with the comms. If at all possible. I know it's taken me like 4 minutes of work or whatever. But is there any chance I have a better idea now, having spent the time?
No.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
it was a turn of work and a successful roll. So
Did
you
we,
used the turn of work, but you failed the roll.
I hit a button.
Well, which one are you gonna hit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6?
I'm gonna roll a d6. 1.
None of you notice anything different. You don't know what bit of the base you've powered up with that.
Okay.
But you haven't had a repeat of what happened when you last time turned the power on.
I press button 2. Everybody dies.
No, actually, I'm slightly wrong. You should have been able to detect where you powered there, actually, because 2, the diagnostic lights on the board come up for the comms room. So you think you've powered the comms room up?
We did it. We did it. Kelly Simos, we did it.
off the first breaker was that.
All right. I slap a piece of equipment that's not even remotely related to the breakers because I don't want to touch those again. And I say, job well done.
I say, let's move. Let's go.
Look at me being a machine operator. I knew I was going to get to do something here.
Okay, as you're doing all that, the rest of you, the pounding in the laser accelerator room seems to be getting louder.
I don't want to go into that room.
It all seems to be coming from under the floor.
Yeah.
No reason to open any of those hatches. We could just leave.
What if it's a survivor?
As we're kind of in that hallway in between the control room and the laser room, I'm going to stand at the door and I'm going to call to Graves, Watanabe, and Luce and be like, come on, guys, we got it up. Ellie's got it up. Let's go.
Come along, boys.
I'm gonna look over at Graves and be like, you think we should check out what this thumping is, or?
I'm hesitant to leave any potential survivors.
Yeah, what if there are folks that can tell us what's going on here?
Exactly. And if it's somebody who's survived, we have a right to help them.
That's
a
right.
Responsibility to help them. Yeah, I'm up for opening one. Seeing if we've got anybody left alive here.
Okay. Which one are you going to open?
Was it 3 of them?
Yeah, I'm just bringing the map back up again for you.
Oh, are we close to the one near the bulkhead? Was that where the body was?
So yeah, so this bulkhead on the eastern side is shut at the moment. The body was lying here, if you can see my cursor. The bulkhead on the western side is also shut, and these three hatches going down are all shut.
Is the sound coming from any particular one of the hatches?
There seems to be sound coming from all of them.
Might as well do the one we're at, Ken.
Yeah, I totally agree. Let's open it up.
Where
I'm going to go into. Oh no, we've both got weapons now, haven't we?
Right.
Who's opening it? So these hatches have got like a submarine turn handle on them that you can spin, and then they'll open upwards.
I'm going to assume I'm a better shot than you, Ken, given my profession.
All right. So
I'll go into Overwatch.
I'll unspin the hatch.
Yeah. Okay. And so when you pull the hatch up, are you going to be standing behind it, kind of thing, or opening it up?
I'm not going to. No.
And I'll be there with with my revolver.
Yeah. Okay. As soon as you even open it a fraction, Ken, it pushes up, and I think you need a mobility roll to not be knocked over backwards.
Okay. I've got 1 success. 2 successes, actually.
Okay, yeah. So you were kind of braced and ready. You are pushed back a little bit, but you don't get knocked over. As basically whatever was under there has shoved it up with almost inhuman strength, and it's come out hands and knees, squealing, straight towards you, Graves, that it can see. And this is a person who looks very like the person that shot in the rec room. But whilst he's coming, you can see that there is more on the ladder beneath as well.
More creatures, presumably.
More coming. Yeah, more of these, whatever they are. So you get an action. You get your Overwatch, and then we're into initiative.
Okay. Can I tell Ken to shut it?
That could be your Overwatch if you want. Yes, that'll be your action. You either shoot or you shout.
I'm gonna shout, Ken, close it.
Okay, we're now into initiatives then, guys. I think we can all draw initiative, but I think some of you are closer than others. So I'll start with Ken, who's on ones. Woo. Graves, sixes. And then we'll go across the bottom. Ellie, you're on twos. Nelly, you're on tens. And Gunter, you're on sevens. So, yeah, definitely. Doug, you get to go first.
I'm going to slam that hatch down as fast and as hard as I can.
Okay, you can do that. Yeah, okay. I think with a heavy machinery roll, you can spin the handle as well. Try and lock it.
Okay.
But I think that's going to be opposed because the guy on the other side is trying to get out.
Sure.
So let's find the page. Okay. How many successes, Doug?
I rolled one without any stress. I'm thinking I need maybe. I'm gonna push it. Go up to 5 and try to get more successes. And of course, I get none, and I get one of my stress die.
Okay, roll your panic, please.
That's an 11.
Oh shit! Okay,
That really sucks.
That's
Fuck.
a fail. That's a fail as well. So you seek cover. You must use your next action to move away from danger. What happens, Ken? You've shoved this thing down, but the thing that was behind it had got one hand out, and as it came down, you took its hand off, but that stopped it shutting, and it just shoved the thing back up at you. So your next action is you have to run for cover. Try and find a safe spot for the next round. Your stress level, though, bonus, goes down by 1 as a result of this little panic.
All right.
But by a panic roll of 11, you failed in the action you're trying to achieve.
Sorry, Graves.
Ellie, your action next. You're muted.
Sorry, my bad. All right. So, yeah, this is all rather pleasant, rather nice, totally fine. Great vacation. I'm gonna peace out. I'm gonna go back into the other room. If I hadn't, I don't think I left the breaker room. But if I
think you were probably still down at the command center, probably. Yeah.
All right, then I'm hearing all this, and actually, what I might do is do I want to lock the door? Maybe I shut the door.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. The door shuts. Right. They then go on 5s. So, Graves, this thing is right on top of you. It's leaping at you. Again, this is a human being in there somewhere, but it looks absolutely crazed. It's got wounds. Its sort of nose is torn off. Its lip is half off. You saw the one behind lose its hand as the hatch came down, and it didn't even blink. So can you roll 1d6, please, and tell me what you get for its signature attack?
1.
Okay, it gets to you, and it kind of grabs you by the sort of like by your shoulders, and it wails in your face. It just screams this psychotic scream of horror. You get a point of stress, and you need to make a panic roll, please.
Oh, okay. Total is 9.
9. As it's grabbed you, you've dropped your gun, and it lands on the floor with a thunk. Your stress level goes up by 1. The second one climbs out of the hatch, and it's pissed at you, Ken. And it turns and it's coming towards you, but it won't get an attack on you this round because it's climbed out. Or not on this initiative anyway. It will this round. 6 is Graves. Your action.
I'm going to use my fast action to pick my weapon back up.
Yep.
And then my slow action to take a shot at... the one heading for Ken.
Okay, I think in doing that, you're going to be at -2 because the other one has got you in a grip.
Oh, shoot, yeah. No, I guess I'm going for the one straight above me then.
If you shoot it, though, because you're in a grapple with it, it will be at -3.
Oh.
You're kind of grappling with it, but I'm going to kind of let you get your arm and aim.
I'm going to go for the one going after Ken at -2. Because then hopefully at least he'll be able to return the favour. All right, we have got 3 successes and a panic, and the panic result is 10.
Okay, you freeze as you level that. You can feel the breath of this thing on you. You can't pull the trigger as the panic just overtakes you.
Boo.
Gunter, your action on 7s. I think you were probably in the corridor or just inside the room, weren't you?
Yeah. Can I try to run towards Graves and maybe kind of like put my shoulder down and knock the both of them over in an attempt to ungrapple him? Kind of just like shoulder check into him.
Yeah, that would be a close combat roll to do that. But yes, you can absolutely do that. Yeah.
Whew. Okay.
So, and your objective is to grapple it away? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I want to just kind of like lower my shoulder and like try to like ram into them, hopefully split them apart.
Okay, so that's fine. That's cool.
I got a success, but also a 1 on my stress die.
Okay, I think because it's engaged with Graves, I'm going to give you +2 for that attack, so you can roll 2 more normal skill dice.
That's 1 more success.
Okay, but also 1 on the stress die, was it?
Yep.
So roll for your panic, which is roll 1d6 and add the number of stress you have at the moment.
8.
8. Okay, yeah. You realize that this thing is absolutely beastly. You do charge into it, and with those successes, you've basically rugby tackled it onto the ground. But you start to tremble as you are now. This thing is slimy and covered in, you think its own blood, actually. Yeah. So you take all skill rolls using agility are at -2 until you can get rid of this panic.
Okay.
They both have a second action. The one on the ground is going to attack you, Gunter. So roll a d6 because it gets a signature attack, and tell me what the number is.
4.
4. Okay, it's trying to maim you. You've used both your actions this round, so you can't defend against it. So it just gets an attack on you, for which it does one. It does 1 point of damage to your health. Okay. Ken, the second one is coming for you. Roll for its signature attack, please.
1.
Okay, it wails at you like the other one did, and you gain a point of stress, and you must make an immediate panic roll.
Oh, that's only 6.
Just about holding it together. You're as close as you are to falling apart, but yeah, you're managing it. Okay, Nelly Parker, your action.
Okay. So, standing in that corridor at the door to the hallway, I hear all this chaos and everything, and I've warned them. I've told them I'm moving on. I go out into the hallway, I close the door, and I begin slowly and cautiously the trek towards the comm room.
Okay, let me just make sure I'm clear on where you're planning to go. I'll just bring the map up again.
Yep. I believe it was towards Mess Hall 2.
Did it crash? Did it crash on you again?
No, it's not crashed. It's just me being useless. Hang on.
We're really just breaking into the girl gang and the boys who are gonna die. That's really just what's gonna happen.
Okay,
well,
so
yeah,
right, so you were in the corridor here, then, yes, Josh?
Yes, yeah.
And you've gone into here, and you've gone down this way.
Yep, I'm going that way.
Okay, can you make an observation roll for me, please?
Yes. Okay, I am going to push that. Only 1 success. Nothing on my stress.
That's enough. As you're coming down the corridor here,
yeah,
you can see the form of a body. What appears to be breathing body lying just inside the security room.
Double tap.
Just inside.
Okay, let's go back to Ken. We're back to you for the first action of the next round.
Yeah, can I I've got one coming right at me, right?
Yeah.
And I've got to run for cover somewhere.
Oh yes. Yeah. So you need to just try and find some cover.
Yeah, can I run to that bulkhead to try to open it up? Isn't there like a science lab or something that's like right next door?
There is, yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna run to that to try to see if I can't open that door up and then maybe shut it behind me.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you have that. You do need to make a contact roll to open that door.
Okay. So it's 6. Oh my word. I got 3 successes and 1 on my stress die.
Okay, roll for your panic then on that.
3. That's an 8.
8. Okay, you're starting to tremble. So the door opens. You dash through into that science lab, only in the dark of that science lab to find yourself suddenly amongst what appears to be bodies that have been hung from the ceiling, and you're being hit by the arms and the heads of these bodies are hanging there. So you tremble. All your skill rolls using agility will be at -2 dice until you get the panic under control.
Okay.
2s. Ellie, it's your action.
All right, so I believe last turn I moved down and out of the comms and shut the door behind me. I want to now run out into that hallway heading towards the armory.
Yep, you can absolutely do that. And as you do that, you sort of run into Parker, who's just ahead of you.
Parker, dead body. I don't give a shit. I want a gun. Say, fuck me, Parker. Getting it out.
Okay. Okay. Whilst that's happening, the creature that is on you, Gunter, is again. It's getting to its feet, and then it's going to hit you. So if you can roll 1d6 for its signature attack on you, please.
5.
5. Vicious bite. Okay. It sort of stood up and it's jumped down. And it's trying to bite your neck with its bloody, horrible teeth. And it hits you for 1 point of damage again.
Okay.
The one behind you, Doug, is oh no, it's pretty mad. What's it going to do? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it turns, and you having disappeared, it sees Graves and runs in Graves' direction. So it's coming for you. It won't get to attack on this action, but it will get to attack later this round. Graves, your action.
I'm going to take aim at the one going for Gunter and fire. So,
yeah, +2 dice for the aiming.
Yep. So we're on 5 from ranged combat, 1 from the Magnum's bonus, and then 5 stress. So I'll roll normal first. And we get 2 successes off the normal. And a panic of no successes and a panic. And the result is 8.
8. Okay, that's a tremble. Your hands tremble as you're pointing this gun, but you get the shot off, but you're now at -2 on all agility-based rolls.
So
how many successes?
It was 2 successes, so...
Is that 3 points of damage?
Yeah, but I'm just wondering if I can just knock it off. No, because they were weak health, weren't they? Yeah, I'm just going to put it all on damage.
Okay, roll d66 then, please.
Okay, so for the 10 is 50, 51.
51. You kind of do a kidney shot, shoot it in the small of the back, and it falls on its side as blood is pumping from the hole you've put in it. It's down.
You're welcome, Gunter.
Gunter, it's your action. This thing has just been shot off you.
So is it kind of like on the floor, like writhing, or is it dead, or do we know if it's dead?
It's on the floor writhing, but it's in a mess. Yeah, you don't think it's going to get up again.
I'm going to step forward and stomp down on its head as hard as I can.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you do that. I don't think you need to make a roll for it. You can. Okay. I think I will. Okay, there is a dynamic mechanic in this game, which means sometimes you can't do beastly things, and this is still a person, even though they're quite beastly. So you need to roll your empathy dice. Ooh. Just your empathy dice.
Just empathy. Okay.
And get no successes. You need to fail this. Because if you succeed, you're too empathetic to just kill what was once a human being.
Can I use my story point to automatically pass this?
Yes, I think you can. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to do that.
Okay. Yeah, you did it. You stamp down on it. You can hear its neck break. It's her neck break. And it shudders one last time and stops moving. The other one, though, is coming for you, Graves, as you focused on the one attacking Gunter. So roll 1d6 for its signature attack on you.
2.
Okay, it comes over, it starts pummeling you with its fists and its claws, trying to scratch you, but it fails to do any damage.
Excellent.
10. Parker.
Or the coward. Did we see her run away?
I'm not running away. I'm going to go call the ship. If someone's going to get off, it might as well be me.
I think in all the hullabaloo, you didn't see Parker leave, but if you turn around, she's obviously not there anymore.
Neither is Ellie.
I never was there though.
She went to go find the big guns. Well, I did try to warn you all. Okay, you guys wanted to open the hatch. You did what you wanted to do. Leave the boys to play with their toys. All right.
Hey, we're not
We's
looking to
moving
fail
on.
our empathy rolls, is what's going on
We's
here.
out of here. Okay. I'm gonna go call that ship. I'm getting off this rock, and then I'm gonna go have a drink.
Well, that I can understand.
I'm with her.
You know,
she's having.
of everything we've seen with what's going on with corpses and bodies, I'm just going to keep focus on moving.
Okay.
You know, I'm
Cool.
not even going to stop to take aim or anything. Just like, all right, yeah. If the boys are still alive, you know, when they come down this way, there you go.
So you're just leaving that figure lying
Yep.
in the security room. Okay, cool. That's the end of that round. Next round, Ken.
I'm going to reopen the door and hopefully take a shot at the person that's attacking Graves, if I can.
You can do that, absolutely. You are at -2 because of your
Right.
tremble. You're like,
So that's 1, and I got 0 range. That is 1 success and 1 stress. One fail on the stress. So that is an 11 on my stress.
seek cover again. You, you open the door thinking you're all brave again. You put the gun up, and you just see what this thing is doing to Graves, trying to tear his face off. And you go to go, shit. Sorry. For the recording, you go, damn. And then you run. You can splice that in for the radio, can't you?
Sure.
Sorry.
It's all good.
So yeah, you have to seek cover again. Yeah, the bodies in this room and what's going on in that room is just too much for you. Right, Ellie, you're with Parker, I think. So I think you two are probably out of the initiative now, I suspect. And we'll come back to you in a moment.
Well, I'm going to run over to that armory if I can. Pop the door open if I can.
Yeah, you're heading in that direction. I'll come back to you two guys just once we've killed Graves. We've finished the fight with Graves. It's another slip. Sorry. Okay. So the next action is on 5s, which is the creature that's on you again. Graves, if you want to roll another signature attack for me, please.
4.
4. Okay, this it's trying to maim you. It doesn't like you, but being as mad as it is, it's not perhaps as dangerous as you might have thought, and it misses.
Okay.
Your action, Graves.
Am I wearing my knuckle dusters?
I think it's fair to say that you might have had them to hand, yes.
Okay, well, in that case, I'd like to use my knuckle dusters to do a close combat attack.
Yep.
So we're going for 2 from close combat, 4 from strength, 1 from the knuckle duster. So rolling base dice first for 2 successes off the base dice. And then my 6 stress. Oh, for flip's sake. 2 successes off the stress, but also 3 panics. So let's find out worst.
Oh my god, this is going to be bad, isn't it?
So 8 for the first, 10 for the second, and 8 for the third. So 10.
Okay, 10. Freeze. Yeah, this thing is trying to eat you and trying to claw your skin off your face. And you pull back your fist to try and have a go at it. You just... you can also see out the corner of your eye that Ken has come to the door, and you kind of get a little boost of hope that he's going to gun this thing down before you then see him turn tail and run into the dark of that room. And then all that combined stops your fist and you freeze. 7s, Gunter.
Man,
Hmm.
I don't know if I want to tangle with another one of those again. Can I use an action to kind of like just really quickly see if there's anything I can pick up to hit this thing with? I don't want to like search the whole room. Maybe just kind of look around.
I think, okay, if you succeed in an observation roll, you find maybe just a bit of metal debris lying around near enough to hand to grab.
1, 2 successes.
Okay, yeah, I'll allow you to see that kind of at your feet and scoop it up as a fast action, so you can get a blow in if you wish on the one attacking Grave.
Yeah, I want to swing right for its head.
Okay, it's a close combat roll, please.
One success.
Okay, so that's going to be 2 points of damage. Yeah, you've given it a really nasty bash, but it's still up. And its second action, 1, 2, 3 for Graves. Yeah, it carries on attacking Graves. Aaron, could you make another
death roll?
Another signature attack roll, please.
1.
Okay, you can see bits of its kind of skull and flesh breaking off with that, and it causes it just to sort of grab you by the throat and scream in your face. You need to take another point of stress
Oh my life.
and make a panic roll.
Can I scream back at it?
You might be screaming. If you roll 12, that's a scream.
9.
9. Okay, you've dropped your gun in all of that. You've dropped the gun. You've tried to get the hands off you, and you're just stuck in it's like a horrible travesty of a lover's embrace. Next round, 10. You're having to seek cover this round again, aren't you? So are you hiding in that science lab? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I as much as I hate to be in there, because I guess I am. I'm gonna have to hide and try to make the best of it.
Okay. It gets an attack. It's going for you again, Graves. It's determined to bring you down. If you want to roll signature attack roll, please.
Nope.
Is he hiding under the desk?
So I knocked my my box lid off that I've been using to roll, and a lot of dice went on the floor then. 2.
It's panic at Graves' place as well. Okay, it's pummeling you again. So you've managed to pull its hands off, but your hands slip off its fist, and it's trying to scrape and scratch you. And it hits for 1 point of damage.
Okie dokie.
If you have armor.
No, I don't have armor.
No. Your action then, Graves, and then Gunter.
I feel like I'm just gonna make the matter even worse if I keep trying to roll stuff. Can I use my story point to just succeed in knocking its head in with my knuckle dusters?
You can, yes.
I'm gonna do that.
You can have 1 success. You punch it right in the face. Roll 2d66 for the critical on them.
Okay, for the 10s is a 2, so 24.
24. Whatever teeth it had left, you now smash them. You've literally rammed them down its throat.
God, I hope it chokes.
Back, and it slumps on the ground. In the sudden silence and all of that, you can hear louder pounding on the other two hatches.
Well, Ken, we're definitely not opening again.
Go ahead.
Is it all? Are they all gone?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'll walk out.
I'd like to
Cool.
pick up my gun.
You could do that, yeah. Okay, coming back to Ruiz and Parker. You're heading down towards the armory.
Damn straight I am. Homie gonna get strapped.
Parker, are you going with Ellie?
Yeah, I'm gonna back her up.
Okay, you get to the armory. You find that the armory door is open. The armory
Right.
itself, it's a complete shambles. In fact, it looks very similar to the housing area that you saw before. The room is dusty. There's sort of decayed paper. There's rust coming off the walls. There are a few weapons. There are a few weapons on the table, but as you go and pick one up, it basically falls apart in your hands, as if it's kind of been there for hundreds and hundreds of years. Completely useless.
Change plans, no guns.
Pardon?
I said, change
okay.
plans, no guns. We're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, let's move on. There's nothing here that we can use. Yeah, comms.
I'm not feeling very good about this, friend.
Nope.
So are you
Yeah.
heading down towards the comms room now, then, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. As you're coming down the corridor here, not only can you see quite a lot of light coming down from the comms room area, kind of proving that the circuits are actually working, and there's definitely some power down there. You can hear somewhere up here what sounds like a crying baby or a mewling baby sound.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. No. But we need to get to comms.
Okay, as you're listening to that, guys, what are the rest of you doing? Are you going to join them?
Can I wonder if perhaps there's some naproline in the science lab next to me? Would that be a reasonable assumption, or should I be heading to the med lab?
You know as much about this base as I do. Well, in this sense.
I was hoping there was some GM discretion there.
I don't think there's. I just came from there, and it's just body parts hanging from the ceiling.
Body part?
Bodies hanging from the ceiling. That's all there is. I thought it was like electrical tubes of something in the way. I brushed up, and there's just no. You don't want to go in there.
Well, actually, in that case, I'm going to head into that room, and I'm going to check out name tags.
Okay. None of so they are John Harris, Rico Gonzalez, and Zoe Kraft are the three names on the three people who are hanging by their ankles from beams on the top of this.
Fair enough. I'm
Okay.
gonna. When it is my next as well, I'm gonna actually just have a look in the room to see if there is some naproline.
You can search, yeah. That's going to be the end of Act 2.
All right.
Okay.
Very good.
So, Josh, with your agenda. Sorry, I'm not sure I'm going to give you a point.
Yeah. No, I tried.
The second half of it. Graves. Yes, you can have another story point.
Thank you.
Ellie? Yes, Ellie, you can definitely have a story point. Gunther? How nice. I think probably not.
Okay, that's fine.
I might be being a bit harsh there, but no, actually, I'm going to give you one because I love the use of your previous story point, actually. So I'm going to.
Okay.
I think that's fine. Yeah, I think you can have that. It's borderline, and the good use of that story point, I think, is worthy of another one.
I won't complain.
And Ken, yes, I think you deserve a story point too. Cool. I'm such a generous game mother. You see,
Absolutely.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks. Go and look at your Act 3 agendas now, folks. And if it's okay, let's just have 2 minutes pause.
Sure. Let's. I'll remove everybody except for me. I will talk a little bit on my own if everybody wants to Just 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So let's talk with. Is anybody? Oh, Josh is leaving. Okay, all right. It's just it's the Doug and Patty show.
Hey!
So, Pat, tell us a little bit. Tell the viewers a little bit about what you do on social media and everything that you do, and hopefully we can spread word about all the stuff that you do online.
A chance to talk about myself is like one of my favorite topics. So I co-run the Diesel Shot channel on Twitch. You can look it up. It's DIESELSHOT. I'm also on Twitter as Spider Queen Long _Spider. And basically, my collaborator Lee and I, we're working on creative endeavors. Right now, we're working on actually somewhat loosely inspired by our love for Alien RPG, which we play a lot of on the channel. We're working on another sci-fi setting, actually, which I love sci-fi, inspired by Alien throughout my life personally. And we're making a game that we're going to kickstart in March called Change Stars. All one word. You can look it up. Whole bunch of my art. I'm an illustrator.
I was gonna mention looks like there's some art behind you. Is that stuff that you've worked on?
That's actually my stepfather's art. But I do have some of my own. Hold on 1 second.
Let's take a look.
Where's my? Here we are. Yeah, it's actually really nice. My stepfather passed away 2 years ago now, but I've been using his studio. It's very nice art space. I appreciate the sentiment. Here, so this is just kind of an. I'm a traditional media. It's an example of some of the work that I made.
I love it. You know what? That looks very.
There we are. This is Victorian stuff.
Yeah, I love it.
This is actually mostly art for a scenario that I made recently for Call of Cthulhu. I do have I have a whole bunch of art notebooks and stuff around me that I could show off. If you really want to get a good look at my art, though, you can look me up on Twitter.
Okay.
Spider Queen Long or Long_Spider, and all of my art's up there. I have a Patreon where people can support me in my artistic and creative endeavors. If you actually support me on my lowest tier on Patreon, I can send a link into the chat at some point. You gain access to all of the art that I have made for my sci-fi projects, which is a lot of Alien RPG. So you can gain all of my art, and you can use it in your own productions. That's part of what I would like to extend to people who follow or who support my Patreon. You can use my art in your work. If you follow me at my highest tier, you gain access to my fantasy work as well, and
nice.
A whole load of art. And I'm just here to create and to share with the role playing game community.
Excellent. I love folks that just want to create content for role playing, just endeavors and all sorts of stuff, and I love it. I love it so much. Let's talk a little bit about Aaron. Aaron, what you want to tell folks a little bit about your website and tell folks a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, sure. So it's basically just like a big news content resource. So the most common thing we are doing is we're covering the latest things on the comics, the films, the TV show. Various exclusives that we get. We knew about the TV show coming up and we were sort of teasing that one, and extra bits of the new Predator film. We knew about that one, so we dropped bits on that as well. We run a usually bi-monthly podcast, and that's reviews, discussions, again, latest news or latest products, so book reviews, comic reviews, stuff like that, and also interviews with the people that make the Alien and Predator stuff. So the big one that we just dropped for the first one of 2021 was the director of Predator 2. So that's pretty high up in terms of the creative forces that drive the franchise. Next one's going to be the writer of the last AVP comic that came out from Dark Horse. So we do good. We do good with in terms of access and stuff like that. And of course, we have our own YouTube channel as well with Let's Plays of the video games and just video versions of some of the content that we have on the website. So the recent one was a look back on some of the possible angles that Aliens could have taken when Aliens was in development and how wildly different that could have been from James Cameron's thing. So there's a written version of that and a video version of that on YouTube. So I live and breathe this stuff. So
Nice.
a lot of my time spent on various bits of content for Alien and Predator.
Excellent. All right, is everyone all refreshed for Act 3?
Oh yeah.
Good to
Are we
go.
ready? Are we ready? Let's do it. Okay, so let's just recap where we were. I should bring the map up. I will bring the map up. So we have Parker and Ellie
Yeah.
at the armory. We have Graves in the science lab. And I'm not entirely sure where we have Gunter and Ken at the moment.
I think I went back to the science lab with Ken with Graves.
Yeah, I would have followed.
Okay, so Graves, if you're looking for some stuff, you can make a roll, an observation roll in the science lab if you're looking for some.
I was kind of hoping that I could use that previous story point that I just messaged you about from Home Sweet Home from Act 3 to just succeed at this.
Okay. Yes, you can.
Okay. Woo. Can I take it immediately so I can just get rid of these yellow dice in front of me?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Okay. Those of you who are with him, you see him scrabbling through desperately like an addict, and he finds this stuff and he takes it, and you can see the stress coming off him already. Okay, down at the mess hall, we have Parker and we have Ruiz. You were down at this junction here where you heard what sounded like baby crying or baby mewling noises.
Yeah, not falling for it.
Up in the dark somewhere.
Yeah, you can stay there. That's fine. I don't want to touch it.
Okay. Can I have effectively a group mobility roll from the two of you, which would be the person with the worst mobility makes the roll.
It's probably me.
I have 1 in my mobility, but my agility is 5, so I get a total of 6.
Yeah.
Oh, I am so pushing that. Oh, shit. All right. Stress up. Pressing button again. Please don't do first. Roll 20. Oh, thank goodness. I got a success. And 3 fucking panic rolls.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Okay. How much stress do you have?
Well, I have 4.
Okay.
You do the thing where you roll for every time that you have a panic and you choose the worst, right?
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
Well, the worst is 9.
9. Okay. What are you carrying at the moment?
Well, I'm carrying my I have my electrical tools probably in my hand.
Yeah. Okay. You've just spilled them onto the corridor. Though you got 1 success, didn't you? So you kind of managed to catch them a little bit, but you've dropped them. Your stress level does go up by 1, though, having done that.
Yeah, I can say that before.
Okay. And are you heading down then through the mess?
Yeah, no time to pick them up, in my opinion, and I'm pretty good at computers regardless, so.
Okay, yeah, you can head to the mess hall. The mess hall, again, is a mess like the other one was. It itself doesn't have much in the way of lighting, but the lighting from the corridor and the light coming through the door for the comms room is casting quite a lot more glow here than you're used to. The rest of you, what are you doing now you're at the science lab?
I'm going to head down to catch up with Ruiz and Coward Nelly.
Yeah, I'll follow suit.
And Gunter?
Before I leave the room, I'm gonna search around quickly to see if I can find any lab notes from this lab.
There is a computer terminal there. You could have a quick look at with a contact roll.
Yeah, I'll give that a shot.
Okay, yeah. I think you could be doing that whilst Graves had been looking for his nap relief.
Okay. One success. 2 successes, I'm sorry.
Okay. You find quite a bit of information, actually. You get a little readout. But basically you get to tap into Dr. Larson's last or most recent log entries. And it appears that the experiments were trying to supercharge a newly discovered element, which Larson had taken to calling Larsenium, leading to, as noted by Larson himself in his notes, potential temporal effects of unexplained provenance and potential access to other times and dimensions. There's also notes from a Weyland-Yutani executive called Samantha Watanabe. Oh, I can never pronounce that correctly. Watanabe, thank you. Stating the importance of the experiments, the value they may have for the company, especially in this time of increasing and likely conflict between the UA and the UPP. Larson's response to that was ordering a huge increase in the tempo and power of the experiments. Clearly not without opposition, as a doctor called Dr. Diana Perlman formally recorded her opposition to the sudden push as being unwise and against all scientific logic. The last entry was 7 days ago, and there's nothing more in there since. I think bear in mind that only Gunter actually knows that until he chooses to tell anybody else.
Okay. Would I have any way of either saving that to a storage device or kind of printing that or anything?
Yeah, I think with your second success, you could put it off onto a little data chip that you could then take with you.
Yeah, I'm going to pocket that and then follow out Graves and Watanabe out of the room.
Yeah, okay. I think whilst you're doing, you were doing that after they'd left, yeah?
I was doing that while Graves was looking for alcohol.
Okay. Ken, make an observation roll. If you succeed, I think you notice what he's doing.
Okay. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
Okay.
Where were those dice earlier?
Yeah. Could have used those.
Yeah. You notice what Gunter's doing, and over his shoulder, you basically take in all the information that I just read out to Gunter.
Okay.
In a moment, obviously, you must have some form of like photographic memory or something.
Sure.
So you know that information as well as Gunter does, but the others don't in character.
All right. Can I also take note of where he puts the chip, the data? Does he pocket it without being noticed, or is it on the slide, or can I also note where he?
I think with 5 successes, you notice that for sure.
Okay.
But Gunter, you can make a observation roll to see if you notice Ken noticing you.
Yeah.
I think it's only fair.
Graves, you can make a roll to see if you notice that
that I noticed that you noticed that I noticed that you noticed.
One success.
Okay, yeah, you think that Ken has seen what you've done and seen that you've pocketed a data chip, but it's not really obvious. He hasn't made it. He's been quite subtle about it. And with 5 successes, I mean, how often does that happen?
Yeah.
So I think, but you think that Ken has noticed what you've done.
Okay.
Okay, moving back. So I think Ellie and Nelly. I know. I think we should possibly change that for.
Let's just call it the girl gang.
That's right.
So, Ellie and Nelly, you've got a couple of rounds down in the mess hall at the comms room before the others rejoin you.
Well, you know what? We're not sticking around to wait for them. I'm going to survive this thing. Pop open the door ahead of me.
Yeah, we got to get a message out as soon as possible if we're going to have any chance of any kind of rescue.
Exactly. And I'm sorry, but they chose to open the latches themselves.
You heard me.
I
heard
heard
me
you.
call to them.
I heard you.
Okay.
Sorry, we have conscience.
At least
Why?
I'm not an
Why do you
alcoholic.
have that? That's a bad move.
Well, it kind of comes with the job, you know.
All right, so let's run and grab comms.
Okay, yeah, you can open the first door. The second internal door is already open. There is lights on in the whole area. The place is a bit of a mess still. Not as badly smashed up as other parts, but still shows some signs of some sort of disruption. Just to bear in mind, going back to the other 3, when you're coming down the corridor towards the mess hall, you hear the sound of the crying baby as well. So have a think about whether you want to react to that or not. But yeah, you're in the comms room. There is a comms unit there. There is power. You can use it.
All right. Do I have to make a contact?
No, I'm not sure you do, actually.
I'll probably have to make a contact for something else that I want to do that I'm going to Discord message you about. But first things first, call for help.
Yeah, we need to get a message to Dawson. So if we can signal the ship, that'd be great.
Yeah. So yeah, you can message the ship. Obviously, Nelly, you know Dawson very well. She's your colleague and partner in crime, as it were.
Yep.
And she's like, "Oh God, how did you crash that?" But you're okay. You're not hurt.
We're fine. We're fine. We just need pickup as soon as possible.
Okay. Well, yeah, of course. All right. All right. It'll take me probably an hour to get down to you. If you can get onto the roof, if you can get outside onto the roof, I can land on the roof probably.
I think we can manage that.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So obviously Ellie would have heard that.
Yep.
So that's
Okay,
our next
all
move
cool.
is to get onto the roof.
Okay, we'll just come back to you in a moment. Okay, guys, Graves and Ken and Gunter, as you come past here towards the mess hall, you do hear sounds of what sounds like a crying baby. Up in the sort of darker areas up here, you're not sure exactly where.
I'm legging it past to the comms room.
Is Nelly up that way? I think Nelly's up that way. If I hear crying.
Wow.
Oh, ow, Ken.
Ken gets a story point for that one, Dave.
Ken gets left on the rock.
He gets a bitchy point for that one. So what you're proceeding onto the comms room.
I personally am, yes.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I will too.
Okay.
Well, I'm also keeping an eye on Gunther to see what he's doing.
Likewise.
Right. Okay, that's cool.
Ellie's just doing
Yeah.
it on the computer.
As you're finishing off calling up to Dawson and finishing off on the computer, you hear a noise. Sounds like a chair scraping in the administration room.
Ooh, I do not like the sound of that.
And the light's on in there, so I will draw my pistol and advance into the room.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
1 second. Can I just?
Well, you're finishing up on the electronics there, Ellie, so I got to watch your back.
Thank you. I support that. I'm doing this thing that's totally pro group.
So as this is happening, Graves, Gunter, and Ken all arrive at the doorway to the comms room. You look into the administration room, and it's not as badly disturbed as everywhere else, but it still has got signs of some kind of, I don't know, like angry, violent outburst in there or something. Stood opposite you on the other side of the desk, which is just on the right hand side, is a man in a what appears to be like a heavy protective suit, and you recognize the face because you saw it on the billboard at the front as you came in, as the face of Dr. Larson. And this is the face of him, if you can see it.
Handsome looking man.
But he doesn't look as well as that. He looks battered and beaten, and he's got a terrible glint in his eye. He lifts the desk up, turns it over, and starts walking across it, coming towards you in what is a menacing way. Leave my base! Leave my experiments! Get out! And he's coming towards you.
When you say mad glint, as in the glint that we perhaps saw in the zombie things earlier?
It's a reasonably familiar glint to some of you, yes.
Okay.
Parker, what are you doing?
Parker says, all right, he said, get out, let's go.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice. Is my thing, did I do the thing? I got the stuff?
Yes, yeah, you're all done.
Grab it and run. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Boys,
Okay.
I ain't telling you again.
No, you don't have to tell me twice. Let's get to the roof.
Okay, let's bring up the map again.
Yeah, how do we get there?
We got to go up towards the crying baby.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where Ken wants to go.
Of course we have to go down that way. Of course, because that's just how these things work.
Again, it's not my scenario, so don't blame me.
This one, it's a good planned map to maximize our fuckingness.
Let me just give me one moment. I'll just try and get the map up again. So when you're doing secretive games like this, and lots of people are, you need someone to deal with all the Discord messages coming in. Where am I going? No, it's not just you.
Oh,
Of course not.
one of you has a
Everyone.
Secret missions.
Right. Okay. There's the map. So the roof access is up through past Science Lab number 3.
Okay.
I don't like it, but let's hustle.
good plan.
And taxi's on its way.
Okay. Right then. So who's in the lead here then now?
I think me and Ellie are side by side getting the hell out of here.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna start booking it towards the
Yep.
roof access.
Yeah. Okay. I think Larson is very unhappy, and he is as sort of maniacally unhappy. He's chasing you, so I think we probably need to go into initiatives at this
Oh,
point.
bugger! Can I lock the door? If I noticed that he was running after us through the doors of the administration room, I probably would have locked the doors or tried to shut them from the comms.
Yeah. Well, let's see where you are in the initiative, shall we?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we're gonna have to find out.
Okay. So Ken, you're on 5s.
Okay.
Gunter, you're on 7. Ellie, you're on 9. I'm afraid. Graves, you're on 3. Parker, you're on 1s.
Yeah.
He is.
It's all right. It's the guns first.
So Parker, your action. So you were running towards
Yeah.
to the exit.
Yeah. I'm gonna bolt.
Coward still.
Drunk.
I'm going to take aim with the old Magnum. So that's 5 for base, 1 from the Magnum, and 2 from aim. And yeah, 2 successes.
Okay. How much damage is that?
That would be 3 in total.
Okay. The bullet pings off his protective suit.
Of course it does.
I rolled 3 successes on his 6 armor, so you know I'm not just trying to be difficult, you know. Not just.
Not just.
4, 5. Then it's Ken. Your action.
Can I see the map again, just real quick?
Yep, sure. Okay, it should be coming up now.
Okay. We're all in the comms right there.
So you're all around this door in the comms room, yeah, pretty
Okay.
much trying to get out. I think.
Can I move out of that bulkhead and then slam it behind me and seal
Move
it?
into the mess hall.
Yeah, into the mess hall. Can I basically move in between can I use both my story points and seal that door shut?
Oh,
Is he trying to seal us in? Is this what is happening?
I think, yeah. So I think nobody is, with the exception of Parker, is out of that room yet.
yep.
Right.
So yes, you can do that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to exit that room and then seal it shut.
Okay,
So
that's
you're closing the comms door with us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's
Correct.
sealing the rest of you in.
Oh,
What a
fantastic!
Wayland Yutani.
so that's with 2 successes. So if somebody tries to break that, they'll need to beat 2 successes to break it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you could absolutely do that. You evil, slimy, scum-sucking company man.
Yeah.
You see, it's people like you that give company men a bad name. You see,
I thought he'd
I'm
been a nice bloke throughout this as well.
I'm playing the company man in Chariot of Gods at the moment, which is strangely, I've never played it. And everyone just goes, company man, I hate you, don't trust you at all. So no, hang on, I haven't done anything.
When we played,
And that's Doug's fault. That's Doug's fault.
when I played the company man in that one, I was so desperate for everybody not to hate me that I was just giving out bonuses left, right, and centre to get them all to trust me.
like me.
Right, so there's 3 of you in this room now, and it's Larson's action. So 1, 2 Gunter, 3, 4 Ellie, 5, 6 Graves. It's Graves again. Sorry, you did just shoot at him though.
I'm going to start seeing yellow dice again soon.
So again, it's signature attack, please. He's coming at you with a very similar line.
Okay, we are going. Oh God, 6.
Vicious bite. He's attacking you with 6 base dice. Okay, he reaches out. He tries to bite you in the neck and on the cheek, and he succeeds for 1 point of damage.
No. Okay.
Okay. 7, Gunter. It's your go. Your action. This door has just slid shut behind you, and Graves is under attack.
So is Larson actually in the comms room with us now?
Yes. Yeah. All 3 of you are in the comms room.
What would I need to roll to break down that door? Or to get the door back open?
You'd have to get 3 successes on a Comtech roll. Unless you had a cutting torch or something similar.
I'm going to try... Man, I don't think I've rolled 3 successes once yet. There's something I really want to save my story point for, but I need to get that door open to do it. I'm gonna roll for contact, try to get the door open.
Yep. Okay.
Three.
Oh,
No. Nice.
Okay. Yeah. The door opens, and Ken's on the other side going, "Oh, blast!"
Well done.
Okay, that was 7s, 8s. Larson is going again, and he's got no reason to change from Graves. I don't think so. He's going to attack you again.
I mean, the door didn't distract him. He didn't decide he wanted Ken out the door.
No, not yet. Roll a signature attack, please, Marshall.
Please not a 6. 2.
2. Okay, yeah, he's pummeling you with his fists, trying to again scrape your face off. This time he's got 2 successes. So that's going to be 2 points of damage. Okay, he's wailed on you. He's basically smashing you in the head. Do you want to roll the critical hit, or shall I?
You do it, Dave.
Okay, black or yellow first, Aaron?
Yellow.
Yellow. Can you see that? Those
6. 66.
I'm sorry, Aaron. Impaled heart. He's launched on you. He's smashed you in the chest. He manages, his claw-like hands manage to break through the skin and get into your rib pulls, and your heart comes out with the ribs. And Graves, you've got time to say one last word if you're quick.
Not
Not quick enough.
one word didn't give me enough time. Can I have a sentence? Can I have a small sentence?
Go on then.
Don't trust Ruiz.
Bitch.
9. It's Ruiz's action now. Unlucky, Aaron.
Can I
Sorry,
make an
mate.
ability to grab his gun and then run out of the room?
You can use your fast action to grab his gun, and then your other action to run. Yes, you could do that. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we need to
And
lose
your
that.
last fucking words telling them not to trust me. That is not a big move.
We've been through this. I have a conscience and a moral responsibility to help
Look,
save
if you hadn't
people.
done that, I was gonna whisper in your ear. I'm one of them. I was gonna whisper something in your ear, but not now. No.
Aaron, I'm afraid you need to get your tenses right. It was had, not has.
Yes, quite true.
Sorry, mate. Right.
Okay.
Next round. Parker, your action.
All right. So not knowing what Ken did, because I would have just kept going.
Yep. Are you
I think
stealthy, or are you just running?
I think I'm moving quickly, but not like at a jog. I'm just kind of like, going through. Still got my pistol out.
Yep. Okay. Do you want to make a mobility roll, but at -2, please?
Sure.
This is just to see how noisy you are as you're running.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not that there's anything there that's gonna, be interested in you being noisy.
No, not at all. I have 1 success.
Okay, it has. Sorry, I should have said that one. That was a okay. Yeah, so you're heading up here towards this kind of square area. As you kind of come to here, running towards the access hatch over there,
Mm-hmm.
you hear that baby cry, but a lot louder. And this time it seems less like a cry and more like a kind of guttural baby sort of mewling noise that has a kind of resonance in what sounds like a very big and wide and deep neck of something. It reminds you of maybe what a tiger or a lion on Earth would sound like, but more, not quite as deep as that.
Okay.
And it's coming from up north somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
but it's definitely closer than it was before.
Exit stage left.
Yep. Okay. That was your action. Ken, your action, Ken. This door has just opened, and Ellie Ruiz has just run through it.
Demon baby.
Inside, you can see Larson kind of slowly putting down the body of Graves with his hand embedded in his chest.
I'm going to book it for the exit.
Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, 6. Larson drops the body of Graves. I think Gunter is the only person who's near enough, and he's going to leap upon you, Gunter, and attack. If you can make a signature attack roll, please. Roll 1d6.
2.
Cool. He starts to pummel you in much the same way that you just saw him doing with Graves. But it doesn't seem to... It's hitting you and bashing you, but it doesn't seem to do any damage. Your action, Gunter.
All right. Did Ken run away? Said?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Everyone who's alive except you has run away.
Right.
I think you're alone now.
There doesn't seem to be anyone
around.
Is it possible to catch up to Ken and still do an action this turn?
You'll have to disengage, right?
I think if you make a mobility roll, then you could, because you're basically sprinting to catch up with him in one fast action.
But isn't he getting pulled by the doctor?
You'd have to he would get an attack on him if he doesn't do a retreat action. Yeah.
So earlier I was panicked. Am I still panicked?
No, I think those effects have gone now. I think that's fine for everybody.
Okay. All right, so I got to make a mobility roll. No successes, but no failures.
Okay, so that's trying to get away from him. So he gets an attack on you as you're fleeing. You do still manage to get away, but he gets the attack. So again, roll a signature attack for him, please. 1d6.
3.
3. Okay, as you're trying to go, he's trying to stop you by grabbing a part of your body and break it. It's trying to. Okay, he gets 1 success, so he does 1 point of damage.
Can we get on? Still standing.
Okay. And if you want to try and catch up with Ken, you need to do a mobility roll to basically sprint after him.
One success.
Yeah, okay. So you managed to catch up with him this round, but you can't take any further action, but you're now back level with him.
Okay.
Larson is chasing. Larson is giving chase up the corridor. Next action. Parker.
Yes.
You are first.
All right. Make my way up the stairs to the ladder to the roof.
Okay, there is a bulkhead there. Do you have a card?
I do not have a card.
So you should be seeing the screen.
Yep.
Oh, no, wrong one. Okay, so there's a bulkhead there,
Okay.
which is shut. So you've got an action. You could try and open it with a contact roll. Everybody else is kind of coming up the corridor around here at the moment.
Yeah.
And you can hear that noise. Ooh, just over here somewhere. Getting closer.
Oh boy. Let's see here. Do I even want to attempt that? Where's Ellie? Decisions. All right. You know what? I'm gonna try it.
Okay, yeah, it's a contact roll then.
What's the worst gonna happen?
Ooh. Oh. 4 successes, nothing on my stress.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, so you've managed to open that door. That was the end of your action because you got to it and then you've opened it.
Yep.
You can see just on the other side there is a ladder going up. The hatch at the top is obviously shut, but yeah, that door is open. Okay. The next action, 2s. The thing that was over here now steps out of the shadows and is coming towards you. And it's this is so you did get to see, I guess, out the corner of your eye what was in those jars. And they look like kind of like large cats, really, but there are sort of cats with a kind of sort of like seal or sea lion kind of skin and blubber, obviously adapted for the cold, but with very big fangs and very large paws. What you're seeing coming down here is the big mama of all of these cats. It looks very similar to one of those. It's about the size of a panther. You've got no idea where this came from. You've never seen anything like this before in your life. This is like a canine lover's nightmare. A feline lover's nightmare. As this thing is vicious and aggressive, and it's got its eyes on you.
Of course.
But that was its actions on 2s. Its next action, though, is on 4s, which is before everybody else. And it launches at you, Parker.
Yes.
And it is quite dangerous. Could you please make a signature attack roll for it?
5.
5. It's coming at you with making effectively an all-out attack at you. Its claws are flashing. Its teeth are gnashing. It attacks with 9 dice.
Wow.
Oh. Okay, there's 3 successes.
Ouch.
That's 3 damage you're taking, Parker, from the attack.
Okay, and
Do you have a flight suit that gives you a little bit of armor?
I do. Rating 2.
Yep. So roll your armor.
Okay. I got 1 6 and the other one's a 2.
So that's reduce one of those. So you take 2 points of damage from the attack.
Excellent.
5s. Ken, your action.
I'm going to lower my shotgun and I'm going to aim it at the doctor real quick, but then at the last second, aim it at Gunther and fire.
Okay. Okay, I'm not going to give you the aim bonus.
Okay.
Because you are aiming at the wrong person and then you're shooting a different person in order to. But yes, you can do that. Absolutely.
Okay. So that's.
So the shotgun gives you a +2 bonus to your dice roll.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
That sounded like a lot of dice.
It was quite a bit. That's 4 successes.
Oh no! Okay.
And
any panics?
1 panic.
Okay, so
Can you
Roll a panic.
that. That is actually only a 6.
6.
Yep.
Okay. You're not untouched by this moment, but you keep the cool as you slowly track the gun across towards Gunter and you pull the trigger. 4, that's going to be 4 successes is going to be 6 points of damage, Gunter. So you're broken. Doug, roll D66 for the critical hit.
43.
43. Okay, you've kind of, as he's run up, you've kind of put your arm up to try and stop it. You've blown his arm away, effectively. Gunter is down and is broken. So unless somebody gives him medical aid, he's not going anywhere.
It's all right for some, though.
That was 5s. 7s. No, 6s is the 6s is the doctor. So the doctor, having seen that, is now running towards you, Ken. But he won't get an attack. He won't get an attack on this action. You'll get an attack on his next action.
Okay.
7s is Gunter. I'm sorry, Austin, you are down and out unless someone gives you medical aid. 8 is the doctor who launches himself at you, Ken. So, can you roll for his signature attack?
Sure. 1.
1. That's a scream. He screams at you as he leaps towards you. You gain 1 stress and have to make a panic roll. You can see the blood dripping off his hand, which is Graves. What was left of Graves.
A bit of
that's a
bone
9.
matter in there.
That's a 9.
A 9 on the panic. You drop the shotgun. As he comes to you, you go, panic! As he drops you, the shotgun drops between you and lands on the floor. Your stress level goes up by another 1, Ken.
Oh, great.
9s. We now have that's 10. So yeah, 9s. Ellie Ruiz, your action.
Fortune favors the bold. I want to run past the tiger and out that excess hatch.
I think
Mobility?
I've mobility roll to do that successfully. The tiger does have one more action this round, but he's quite busy eating Parker at the moment.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I don't want to stick around for that.
If you fail your mobility roll, Ellie, I will roll to see if the tiger goes for you or Parker on its last attack.
Okay, well, I'm going to. May I spend the story point on this?
Yes, you can. But you can do that after you roll if you want. But then you do run the risk of panicking.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I think the safe thing to do that will keep me alive is not panicking while I'm running past a giant alien tiger. Thank you very much.
Okay, yep. So burn your story point. You get past, and you get to the bottom of the ladder, going up towards the
I'm assuming
towards the hatch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 10s. It's the tiger again. Parker, please roll for a signature attack. Unless you want me to.
5 again.
5. Okay, well that worked so well last time for it. It's doing the same again.
Nope.
But it gets no successes this time.
I'll take it.
So, yeah. Okay, next round. Parker, it's your action.
I'd like to break away from this thing.
Smart move.
Which will be a mobility roll. Yeah.
And shimmy up the ladder if I have to. I'll crawl over Ellie.
I'll let you pass me, honestly. I'm not that much of a dick, and we're teammates.
Okay.
Okay, Parker, make a mobility roll to manage to disengage from the, as it's called in the book, the fanged horror.
Okay. All
Otherwise,
right.
it gets an attack as you flee. You still flee, but it gets an attack on you if you fail the roll.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus the panic. One, 2. I got 2 successes.
And no
Nothing
panics.
on my panic. No panics.
Okay, yeah, you manage that. Yeah, you scoot past and you're going up that ladder.
Excellent. Come on, Ellie. Let's go.
Okay, the tiger goes on 2s. It doesn't like being denied its prey, but it does have another prey closer at hand. So I'm going to roll a 1d6. 1 or 2, it leaps at Parker. 3 to 6, it's going to go for Ellie, who's at the bottom. It's a 2. Sorry, Parker. So this thing is really frustrated that you've tried to get away, and it's leaping up at you as you're going up the ladder, Parker.
Okay.
Can you make another signature attack roll, please?
I'm not gonna roll that dice. Let me grab a different one here. Oh my god, that's a 5 again.
Okay, 9 dice. Okay, lots of 4s and 3s, but no 6s. Okay, it goes up, it scrabbles against the wall, and it slips down and lands just behind Ruiz.
I don't like that.
That was 2s. Ken, your action.
I'm going to pick up my shotgun and hopefully fire it really quickly into the doctor.
You can do that. It's -3 because you're grappling with him on the ranged combat roll, but you could definitely give it a go. Absolutely.
Okay, so that's 1 and 6 dice. And there's that. Okay. That is no successes, but I'm going to push it.
Okay, yeah, take another stress.
Why not? At this point. And that is actually 1 success with no stress.
Okay, so that's 3 points of damage. He does have armor on. He's got this protective suit. Yeah, it hit him. You're not sure it did any good at all.
Okay.
His action is to pummel you again, Ken. If you could roll a d6 for the attack.
5.
5. Okay, yeah, and he's trying to bite you. But fails, misses. But he gets his next action immediately after that. So he's going to try again. Roll another one, please.
4.
For maim. He's trying to hurt you, but with less dice. Misses again. So I've now rolled about 25 dice there for him. And didn't get a single 6 on any of that. Bloody company men. They're just... okay. What are we on now? He's on 10s. He's on 8s. Ellie, it's your action.
Okay. Yeah. So I climb the ladder and get through the hatch if I can on my turn.
You can get to the top and you can open the hatch on your turn.
Then I do that.
Okay.
Fucking do that. Is there any chance that I could roll mobility to get up faster, open the hatch, and pop out of it? Just get on the roof.
No, not really. It's 2 actions.
Entirely valid.
No, I'm afraid.
Dr. Smith just wants to live. I mean, whatever my character's name is.
The tiger at the bottom is feeling very, very cheated that its treats are getting away, and it's prowling at the bottom, looking up, trying to work out what to do.
I'll be right over there.
1s, Parker.
Yeah, getting out, and I will assist Ellie any way I can, like offering her a hand to help yoink her out.
Yeah.
And then
okay, yeah, you could do. Yeah, you've done that. You've got up. You've managed to yank her out yourself. The hatch is still open. You haven't got time to close that in your actions, but you're both on the top. It's cold.
Mm-hmm.
It's blizzardy. It's snowing. The wind is biting. But you are up on the roof of the base.
At this point, I'd rather be cold than dealing with that crap down there.
Yeah, okay. 2 is the tiger. It's not following you up. Doug, you don't know what it's doing down below because you haven't seen it yet. Yeah, Doug, your action ahead of Gunter, Gunter, ahead of Larson. I think you're muted, Doug. I think.
I'm going to try to distance myself from Dr. Larson because evidently it doesn't seem like this shotgun's going to do any good. So,
okay, you're trying to get a run, are you?
yeah, I'm going to try to force my way away from him and take off.
Okay, so that's a mobility roll to break off without him getting an attack as you run.
Okay. Oh, so many dice.
Thank you, Bruce. In the comments, Sanjuro Tokaj is commenting on my Coriolis character. He likes to use full auto at every opportunity.
So I have one success and then 2 ones on my stress die. So
okay, so you are succeeding unless your panic stops you.
It's a 6.
So roll. Right. Okay. Yeah, you're okay. You're keeping it together. Which way are you going, Doug? Are you heading for the exit?
I'm sorry. No, that should be a 13. I didn't add my 7 stress to it.
Okay. Flee. You just can't take it anymore. You must flee to a safe place and refuse to leave it. You won't attack anyone and won't attempt anything dangerous. You're not allowed to make a retreat roll. If you have an enemy, at engage rage when you flee. Your stress level decreases by 1. But as you turn and run, as you're trying to escape, Larson gets an attack on your back as you go. So roll a d6 for his attack, please.
6. Where are all these 6s coming from?
Okay, he's leaping upon you, trying to bite you again. Oh, okay. He's got 3 successes. Ken, that's 3 points of damage that you're taking from his attack.
That's it for me, I think.
Let's put you down. Did you want to roll your critical?
Sure. 52.
52. Okay, he's leapt upon you. He's grabbed your arm. He's taken a chunk out of your arm, torn the artery, and you go down with him on top of you with blood pouring out of your arm and him basically trying to eat you alive. Back on roof. It's freezing cold up here. In the distance, you can see the shape and the light of a spacecraft coming down. Parker, you know that's the Pioneer being piloted by your friend Captain Dawson.
Dawson. Yep.
I'm just going to check a rule.
Is it my turn or Parker's, or are we out of turn?
So we're now out of initiative.
All right, I'm going to lock and close the door as quickly as possible. Like basically, as soon as I'm brought out,
Close the hatch.
Tap Parker on the back, and I say, "Look, Watanabe just betrayed those other 2 and me as well, and I think the others are dead. I'm not waiting around for Watanabe to come back."
No, I agree. We need to get. Let's just go.
I close the door, and as I'm looking out at the horizon, seeing the ship arrive, I mean, I guess, for all intents and purposes, I would suggest to Parker that we huddle for warmth. And while we're doing that, I kind of hum to myself and I say, "I think we're alone now." There doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Now, that would be such a good ending if I didn't want to try and kill you one more time. No, I'm going to leave that there. I think roll credits. That's such a good point to end on.
Love it.
I was going to make you make a couple of freezing rolls to see if you died with the cold before the ship got down. But that's that's such a good ending. I like that.
Absolutely.
Roll credits. Okay. Let's just work out. So, agendas and story points. So I think Parker, yes, you definitely get your story point for that. You hold it over for the next game. So
you got it.
For next time, I'm GMing you for anything. Graves, yeah, you definitely tried. You certainly get a story point there, Aaron. Woo. Ellie, yes, absolutely, Ellie. That worked. That was good. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Austin, yes, you certainly tried that. You get a story point. And Ken, yeah, well, you certainly tried. You can have a story point for that. You certainly tried.
I certainly tried.
Just because you fail your agenda doesn't matter as long as you try it and play it.
Yeah.
So
should we say what our agendas are, or would that spoil it for the folks that want to play this on their own?
Well, I think if people are watching,
Yeah.
they probably know
probably
what's
spoiled
happening
it.
anyway.
Yeah.
So I think we can have a conversation about those if you want. So if people want to
Okay.
talk about them.
Yeah, that's fine. My third act agenda was to be the lone survivor of this whole scenario. I don't know if that was clear. I was
Yeah,
kinda
no,
subtle,
not at
I was
all.
kind
Yeah.
of subtle with things, but yeah, that was my agenda there at the end.
It was a good try. Locking them in with the doctor was.
I thought maybe he'd do some more damage before they got the door open, but oh well. Only
Well,
Graves.
Those damned, the mad people, aren't actually that dangerous. They're not rolling. They're not like xenomorphs. They're not rolling a lot of dice. So, Aaron, you were just really unlucky that he managed to break you, and then I rolled 66 for your critical. You know,
I shouldn't have told you to. I should have just done it myself.
yeah.
Yeah.
Graves, I must commend you. That was fucking ballsy and fucking amazing. That last line. Thank you so much for that awesome fuck you.
I'd had two thoughts coming in because I was like, you know what? Do I just pop her straight away, or do I just try and go a little bit further with it? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try and see what she was doing on the computer before I go for her.
By the way, my name is Jane Silver something now.
Silver Pine.
I have an ID that proves it with my own face on it. You're welcome, America.
Nice. I like that for an agenda.
I added the whole print out a new ID thing. I felt like that was appropriate.
Yeah, that worked really well. Yeah, that was excellent. Austin?
I was basically keeping an eye on Watanabe, and once we started realizing what was going on, I had to basically expose the perverse science going on in the base and get the information back to my employer, which clearly did not happen.
No, it did not.
Doug, I want to let you know I was saving my story point for you.
Were you really?
Oh yeah.
What were you planning on doing that with that story point?
Well, you don't have to run the fastest. You just have to be faster than the slowest person. And I was gonna try to take your legs out and leave you behind.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Wonderful.
What was Nellie's agenda?
So Parker's like the all-round good guy. So after we crash land, I had to, make sure everyone was safe. So I did that, but I failed on the second one, even though I attempted, which was help formulate a plan to get everyone back to the ship. And then the third one.
So I think the reason I didn't give you the point there was because you ditched half the team. And it's like, I told you not to, but if you're not going to listen to me, so
I didn't ditch them, but I'm not going to waste my time with guys I tell not to open the damn hatch.
that was sound advice, though. That's true.
Just wanted to help people.
Sure.
And look what it got you.
I thought I was going to die in that bit, to be honest. I was like, all right, well. Early finish for me.
So the guy that you left, that you saw, he was the only other NPC here that's a good guy, and he actually had a pulse rifle with him, but you didn't check.
Man,
I wondered about that.
His later corpse.
Yeah. So, but yes. So maybe, but it's possible he might then climb out and join you and be saved as well. So it's not fair to leave the NPC to die.
I don't know. Is he going to get past that big ass cat? Wow.
Maybe he goes out the other way. And...
Yeah, okay.
He's not getting on our ship.
So no, for at the risk of again a few more spoilers for anybody watching who doesn't want to know. So the experiments being done here were releasing these temporal and these dimensional powers or energies. So the rooms that looked ancient were, because in a temporal bubble they'd been whisked to the future and back again, so they'd effectively aged about 1,000 years overnight. The same for the person you found at the start.
I figured that one out pretty early. I thought that was really cool.
And it was these fingers of energy that were causing this to happen. So if one of you had been hit by one of those, there's a nice little signature attack table I'd added with Alex's blessing that might have done horrible things to you. One of you might have been turned into an elderly person who then had to go around the rest of the scenario.
That's cool.
90 years old. But none of you got hit by them. You were too. It was too quick for you to turn them off.
Too agile.
Yeah.
No, that was,
And so again, these cat things. This big cat thing is the evolved version of the little one that exists currently that has been pulled back by one of these temporal bubbles. And the ghosts. These are people who are kind of in limbo. So Gruger is a temporal ghost who is wandering around, but we never had the chance to really play that out because we were sort of running out of time.
Was my guy going to show up anywhere in it at all?
Yeah, he was one of these temporal ghosts.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But again, just conscious of the time, I didn't play it in on the grounds that you'd done plenty through your agendas to try and find him. So it succeeded in that sense, even if you didn't find him, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, because then it becomes not about him anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In terms of my motivation.
Yeah.
The zombies. Are they
So these are ones that were hit by the energy and were just turned mad. Like Reavers. Like Reavers in Firefly. Serenity.
Nice.
That kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's
cool. But
yeah,
thanks, Alex, for writing this scenario and letting me
thank
play
you.
it. Thanks, guys, for all playing brilliantly. It was such good fun.
Well, thank you for game mothering this this session.
you.
And I'm going to remind folks that if they would like to get a copy of this scenario, just to join the Facebook group, the Alien RPG by Free League Facebook group. I put the link in the description. Join that, and it's a free download. It's not it's community generated, so definitely give it a try. And it's always good to have more content for this game, because I know a lot of people are clamoring for more content for this game. So it's nice to see a community like the one on Facebook creating their own stuff. So,
and there's actually a bloke on the Reddit for the RPG that's done a ton of maps, and he's done Sevastopol as well. So for isolation inspired stuff.
Oh, nice.
It's worth checking out the Reddit for this game. There's a lot of good maps on that.
Yeah, I think most of those are probably on the Facebook as well, I think, but I'm not sure where to find them exactly. But their resources are definitely there. Yeah, there's there's loads, isn't there? There's loads. Yeah.
Should I share the link for the Discord in our chat here? I'm not really affiliated with the Discord, but I am partners with it, I guess. And I
definitely. Yeah, that's a really good community as well. The Discord's a really active and lively group of people.
Absolutely. Before we sign off, do we want to give everyone want to give a shout out as to what they do? Give one more time as to where folks can find you online and see more of the content that you create. I'll start with Josh and work my way around if that's okay. Josh, you want to tell a little more folks about what you do?
Sure. So you can find me on YouTube at Halloweenville, and you can also find me on Drive-Thru RPG, Joshua Melville, where I publish Morkborg adventures, and am working on a couple D&D campaigns as well. And then you can find me on Facebook.
Excellent. Aaron, you're up next.
Okay, so you can find the hub of our activity on avpgalaxy.net. We're on all the socials, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and of course YouTube. And that's Alien versus Predator Galaxy versus as in VS dot, or just AVP Galaxy. Both should find us.
All right, Patty, one more time. Right. Plug the links.
Okay, I've got a whole bunch of my downloads. This is the Diesel Shot Discord. Boom. This is my personal Patreon. I didn't actually send a link to that earlier. Boom. If you follow me on Patreon, you get access to a lot of my art. This is my Twitter account. I put a lot of my art there, and I'm in general very receptive and stuff. Ooh, here is our Twitch page. Here is our YouTube page, and if you guys follow me on Twitter, I can actually send you my drive-through RPG, which is associated with. Actually, here, let me just send you my Alien RPG tile set, which I made on drive-through RPG. There you go.
Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you.
All right, Austin. Where can folks find you?
I don't create any content, so really nowhere. But I guess if you want to do something, then support your friendly local gaming store.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Austin, you're more than welcome to come back and do more of these with us. It was I know we haven't. You've been on. I think you were on during VCGCon earlier last year.
Yep.
We'll make sure to if you're up for it, we'd love to have you on more content in the future.
Absolutely, thank you.
Excellent. Dave, go ahead. Plug all that you do over there at Effect.
Cool, thanks. So yeah, you can find us, me and my co-host Matthew, on the Effect podcast, Effect with a K, spelt the Swedish way. We do talk a lot about Free League, all things Free League, Alien, all the rest of it, plus a chunk of other gaming stuff as well. You can also find our AP channel at effectap.org. I've got a little blog that I'm trying to get back up running again called RPG Gods, which I post all my stuff that I write up from the podcast on there. But you can find us there. We're on Facebook, on Discord. Come and find us, have a chat. It'll be great. Thank you.
Excellent. And I'm going to just say one more time that if you've watched all the way this far, please hit that like button. You haven't hit the like button, please hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. All that stuff helps us grow as a show. We'd love to, collaborate with all sorts of RPG and online content creators. So all that stuff helps tremendously. We're getting close to 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. We should be close to that here in the next week or so. So thank you so much to everyone for being here. I want to thank all of the folks in this cast. Thank you for giving your time. Time is our greatest asset, and I greatly appreciate you giving yours today for this session. Thank you to Alex for letting us run this session as well. Make sure to go check out the Facebook group in the link in the description. So, all right, that's going to do it. Everyone, be safe, be well, and remember, winning shouldn't be the only victory condition when you get to the table. We'll see you next time. Bye now.
Thanks to Doug.